Yeah. Yeah. Black sheep, black sheep, black sheep, black sheep. I don't even write no more, man.
Tell him, yo,
God.
can't you come over?
On my contra shit commando. Yeah. Pulling up with clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a benzo. No fake friends, no pretend. Yo, think I might have found my 10. Posted up in my tent. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Lose it. Niggas get substituted. Nigga, you're not recruited. Cause you're too damn scared to use it. The truth is, you're useless. What? I'm ruthless. Yeah, I've proved this. Keep capping, I'ma leave you toothless. What? You're so dumb to choose us. Yeah. Ain't gone outside, I make it work, I'm in my bag. That's every purse on my back. Is that your girl? She got an ass, she make it twerk. And why you mad? I got her first.
Welcome back, everybody. We are finally into our second series of the day. Jesus. I'm not sure when qualifiers started having like 2-hour long breaks, but
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know if would you appreciate this, Avery? If your qualifiers were built like this, where you played one series and then you had like an hour and a half break and then you played another series, or you want to play them back to back?
Yeah, it was probably pretty nice. They didn't have those back in my day, let me tell you that. I had to play 10 hours straight, and that was, half of that was for the coordinator, and the other half was for casters like you and their stuff that's broken. So I think it's good, It gives players a chance to prep for the next series, see what their opponents play, evens out the field.
How much do you think that prep can change the outcome of a series? Whether we're talking these qualifiers or we're talking like TI.
I mean, prep is a lot of TI. You have a lot of time, and the deeper you go in a tournament, your prep is significantly meaningful for the first game and probably decently meaningful for the next. Sets the tone for the series. Who's going to take initiative? Who's going to counter what the other team wants to do? Prevent their style from working. In these types of qualifiers, I think it's definitely less impactful. I think most teams are just playing what they think is good and, just asserting it against other people and saying deal with it more than I'm going to specifically try and counter what this guy's doing.
Radiant team.
So I don't think the prep is like crazy in these types of qualifiers, but still impactful.
Well, we got to watch Quincy crew take on the cut earlier, and they had a very clean game one. Game two, the cut actually could have won, but unfortunately
10 seconds
felt like
remaining.
they kind of had the game in their hands, and they let it slip away, especially on that
5 seconds remaining.
that second Aegis timing. Meanwhile, the Nouns actually had a similar problem with Alpha. In fact, their whole series, both games went an hour, and the last game 59 minutes, 32 seconds. It seems like Nouns just could not end the game. And a big reason for why they struggled to be able to end the game so much was because of that little man right there with the mustache, the Zeus. So
Who you call him little?
I mean, he's short. He's probably one of the shortest heroes in Dota.
Yeah, but isn't that I mean, how tall is Zeus? I feel like he's still pretty tall. I feel like everything in Dota is just gigantic,
Nah, I'm sure he's like 5 foot. I just think, like Sniper and Techies are even
Radiant
smaller.
team pick.
Well, packs a big punch for such a tiny man. Indeed, he prevented that game from ending for a long time, so maybe some nightmare fuel for them. And speaking of prep, we see the Alk ban. Nouns played Alk in both their games in the previous series.
10 seconds remaining.
So that's where that break helps you. Fada gets to look over the
5
dress, sees
seconds
some gunner Alk coming out, says, "Nuh-uh, sir, not for you this time." And Nouns, they looked at what Quincy did, which was Phoenix Tiny, and go, "Oh yeah, deal with your own opener, kid."
Okay. I always find it interesting whenever teams do that. It makes me wonder
10
how
seconds
much,
remaining.
like in some way, aren't you just like
5 seconds
saying,
remaining.
okay, we're going to take this opener. Now you show us how to beat it. That's what I feel like it is anyway.
Yeah. And sometimes you do get beat, and then you feel real bad, I played some scrims in my day where you play a draft versus a team and they beat you, and then you flip it,
Yeah.
and they still beat you.
Yeah.
That's when you're in a rough place. There's nothing to blame at that point. What are you gonna blame? So
Yeah, somebody was shit talking the draft after game one, then after
5
game
seconds
two,
remaining.
just silence.
yep. That's the only appropriate course of
Radiant
action.
team banned.
So I guess Quincy will have to think of what they want to beat what they just played, and this is a very unusual pick for them, I think. Early Bloodseeker. Probably an unusual pick for a lot of teams, to be honest. I'm pretty curious. I mean, you get the Bloodseeker Zeus combo, which is
10 seconds
some old school
remaining.
tech.
Yeah, that's super, super strong. We saw that,
5 seconds
pretty sure we
remaining.
saw that, Riyadh. I'll pull it up. I'm pretty
Quincy
sure I saw that a
Cruz,
couple
turn to
times,
ban.
at least once.
Probably pretty likely. I think Bloodseeker is a pretty stable carry right now, and Zeus is a very stable hero. He's obviously going to amp this dude up to energize their bunny level, turn him into a powerhouse right off the bat with an ult. The upside is you also get a pretty high attack speed
Radiant
egg killer,
team
and you have a hero that scales pretty well versus Tiny with the shard. You're just going to chunk him later with the percent pure damage off his HP. So I think it's an interesting pick. I think it's good based on what they see. My question is, how valid is this hero as a first phase pick if he's just going carry? Because
10 seconds remaining.
I guess they can play at 3.
Quincy Cruz.
I'm not sure how likely they are to do that. There's some flexibility. Still, I think Bloodseeker is most of the times a hero, once he gets answered, you feel worse for it. He's not one of these heroes that can just fight through the counters super easily. It's definitely better nowadays than it used to be. Still,
10
it's interesting to me
seconds
that
remaining.
they go for this early.
It was picked up, there were
5
10
seconds
Bloodseeker
remaining.
picks. 4 times it was played with Zeus between 3 different teams. RNG, Secret, and Nigma.
All right. I mean, it's just seems like it's just a standard combo in today's meta then. If Zeus is back on the menu.
But you
Aaron with
kind
his
of...
old friend.
My assumption is it's offlane unless it just ends up not getting countered. I just kind of assume that this is going to be our offlane duo right here, Zeus Bloodseeker.
I don't know. I think carry Bloodseeker is pretty ham. I think offlane Bloodseeker is just whatever to me. Like,
Okay.
there's so many good offlaners in the meta, and a
Radiant
lot of those
team
offlaners are so
back.
dominant. You're giving up a big role that can have huge impact, especially for a team like Quincy that a lot of times they're going to draft the offlaner very late down the road. I mean, if you remember the game that they won to qualify to the major, that was a game 3 versus
10
this team.
seconds remaining.
It was last pick Legion, like overall last pick Legion commander.
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
So you're talking about a team that likes to prioritize these offlane counter picks for Leslau. You take a Bloodseeker early, if you just throw it in the offlane, it just seems whatever to me, you know? I feel like this is almost an early Yawar hero, and they're going to try and get good counter picks for the other roles.
Turn to pick.
Yeah, I mean, every single time this combo was run, it was carry Bloodseeker, but not a single time was it picked up in the first phase.
Yes, that's
So-
the big thing for me is, like, can you just jam it here? Is it going to work out for you? Because already we're seeing some of the response here, like Enigma. Not the easiest
10
hero for Bloodseeker to just
seconds
run into. It's a rough lane as well if he ends up going
5
up there.
seconds remaining.
So there's a big question mark. How is Quincy going to enable this hero? What are they going to do with it? Could be a Fada Bloodseeker. I mean, I'm never going to rule out this man playing anything at this point. We saw the Razor, we saw the Sven, you know.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled.
The only reason I think that I agree with you when you're talking about the carry Bloodseeker being much more ham, the only reason I could see offlane Bloodseeker being viable is simply because of the magic amp on a Zeus, where it feels like that hero has a little bit more value than just the Rupture Bloodright combo.
I mean, that sounds like you're pulling for a support Bloodseeker over here.
Yeah, Fada, show
Follow
me
him
something.
around, buff him up.
Okay, so speaking of draft ordering, though, all these other times I'm looking at it, it's 24 pick Bloodseeker, it's 18 pick Bloodseeker. Like, if you are going to elevate it, having it be overall 8th pick
Quincy Cruz,
is
turn to
the
pick.
next spot, right? Because then you can immediately protect it. Do you feel like they did protect it for the most part?
A little bit. I feel like they were more just banning for what they thought was going to cause them problems down the line. Like, I think the TA Puck are pretty reasonable bans.
10
Beast as
seconds
well.
remaining.
We've seen this hero be very strong in the meta.
5
I don't think it's any like super crazy Bloodseeker counter pick bans necessarily. Just stuff they thought would have been good for the game, and also potentially good versus Zeus. Because this is also first pick Zeus, so you have to help him a little bit. Maybe that's what this Earth Spirit's designed to do, pick up the roaming. And yeah, they're just going to commit the cores right off the bat. So Zeus Bloodseeker cores, you pick an Earth Spirit to help roam for the Zeus, alleviate any potential bad matchup, and then Grim, you get the double Rupture, double Zeus Bolt, boom bam.
10 seconds
See you next game, I guess that's the plan, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just overwhelming amounts of damage. This is one of those lineups. If you don't have the survivability to take what Quincy's going to be dishing out, you're going to be in a world of pain.
I do feel like Nouns have some decent answers, right? I mean, if they're going to be doing this like potential double Rupture, double lightning bolts, I feel like the zone control of like Phoenix just popping egg and being like, okay, you guys have started off with this Rupture, like run into the egg. Or run into this Enigma who might BKB black hole you. You know, I feel like that seems like okay answers to me so far.
Conceptually, I tend to agree. I think Nouns are in a decent position with these last two picks to solidify their wall of defense if they want to go for that route. There's even more team fight. I mean, this is an insane amount of team fight. Brew, Enigma, Phoenix with a tiny who's tossing you into it. So, it's going to become a game of like Quincy jamming their spells and Nouns taking the punishment, so to say. Some old Rocky Balboa type moves. The only problem I see is who is getting on the Zeus right now.
Radiant team.
Is it just supposed to be Brewlings? Maybe you toss him back randomly? I feel like if you cannot get on top of Zeus, he tends to win games. Like, this hero just goes ham. That's my concern right now. I think they can take the team fights. They have the spells. They have the ball, the clump. The Brew pick's an interesting one because it's not really a hero you can Rupture. And again, they have the egg and the Brew ult are two spells where you can throw a bunch of spells on them, deal a bunch of damage. But once they pop that, they don't care. I think that concept's pretty interesting in this game. But it still brings me back to that original question of first pick Zeus. Is he getting gap close in this game? And is it enough? It might be. But that's a big question mark.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Final bans, Faceless Void and Juggernaut for Quincy crew, which, I mean, the Magic community, I guess Faceless Void does have some extra jump in that regard. I mean, Faceless Void Phoenix is kind of a classic combo, but I don't know if I quite see it past that. It feels like they already have the big team fight spells. Now he just kind of wants something that's like we were talking about, mobile that gets on top of Zeus.
I think this Faceless Void is one of the best answers to Bloodseeker in general. Bloodseeker has a very hard time man fighting this hero. You just get chronoed and killed. Like, you Rupture him, he leaps away. Time dilation also really screws with the Quincy supports here. Especially Earth Spirit.
10 seconds remaining.
So, I can see why they would have been afraid of it. And then the Jug Healing Ward, like you're saying.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Makes sense. Doom, double Doom.
The double Doom, and just another spell to guarantee damage for Bloodseeker to go ham with.
Yeah. I mean, even the Scorched Earth and some Infernal Blades seems pretty good here. Anytime they can Doom Brewmaster, the fight seems pretty straightforward.
Remaining.
A lot of firepower coming out from this Quincy lineup. It's a pretty cool lineup. I don't think it's like crazy imba or anything, but it's pretty cool how it all functions together. And Nouns, they're gonna need a good carry pick here. Something like Spectre comes to mind, but like how heavy in the team fight do you want to go? Do you want something that fights Bloodseeker in terms of some illusion hero or like Terrorblade? Then you have to play into Zeus. There's still like Lone Druid type heroes. They want to go that route. And they do.
Choose your
Okay,
hero.
good call. Good call.
I think the Lone Druid makes sense here in terms of it's a really annoying hero for Doom. In terms of dooming him, like you got Doom ulted Lone Druid, it's useless. The Infernal Blade's nice, but in general, Doom is pretty low armor for a long amount of time. You're just gonna chunk him with like the Deso Mom Basher type build. your high magic resistance for Zeus. I mean, Zeus is going to always deal damage to everybody, so you can't really think about it. And then I think this matchup can be good versus Bloodseeker. Again, if you just get to the point where your bear is like perma-bashing him and you root him, seems pretty decent. They wanted some carry that can come online in the mid-game and fight with their overwhelming team fight that isn't going to get destroyed by these cores' damage output. So I like the pick.
5 seconds.
Now we do have two former teammates going up against each other in Costabile and Leslau. And I see in the chat somebody is on the SG Esports Twitch channel. And they said that Costabile and Leslau actually attended the same class in high school.
What the hell? I don't know if I believe that one.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, whether or not you knew that was true or not.
I have no idea, man. I mean, Leslau never told me much of his childhood, you know. He just kind of was born a Chad, and that was when he appeared to me in my life, you know.
You probably preferred not to look behind the curtain in that regard. You didn't want to see you knew the Chad. You didn't want to see what he was before the Chad.
Never meet your heroes.
Yeah, right, no. Right. Of course, they were on SG Esports back back in 2018.
That's a long time ago.
Yep.
Makes sense though. I remember we played with Costabile as a stand-in once.
How'd that go?
Interesting. I think we lost. But, you know, he played valiantly. I'll blame the other players for that one.
Very gracious. It wasn't his fault at all. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, Nouns did look pretty damn good. And Costabile, I think, I remember we were talking about talking to the players. I think Husky put Costabile as the most improved this season. Had a lot of praise for him. Apparently, Laslau's having a little bit of issues, but what was I saying? Nouns, unfortunately, I was going to say that they were doing really well this last DPC until they stopped the boot camp. I feel like the boot camp was the magic touch.
The boot camp always helps. I do think they had chances to win those later series anyway, though.
Oh, yeah.
Which has kind of been the story of this Noun squad. I don't know. At some point, you got to just win them, you know? There's no other way around it. You can be almost winning games for years, and that doesn't do anything for you. At some point, you gotta convert on them and get the dub. There's no excuses. And I think these guys have been playing together for a decent amount of time. They're all experienced players. You got to put up or you ain't going to the LAN. That's the name of the game, especially in North America where the slots are limited. So I feel like they're at the
Avery,
point
are you
where
just like
it's time to
spam
start
clicking
winning.
while you're talking? What is going on?
You hear that?
Yeah.
I'm clicking around. I'm looking at the builds. I'm looking at the heroes.
Okay, all right. I mean, half the people haven't even bought items yet, but what do you see?
What am I seeing? I'm not gonna lie, I was just spam clicking. Let's look at the.
That's what I thought. That's what I fucking thought. I thought you were just spam clicking.
Who's got a Bassie on Core Enigma? You'll see this. I mean usually you get it a little later. I think
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have some lane partner that really benefits, it makes sense. I don't know if Tiny is the greatest benefiter.
Yeah, especially if he goes the tree grab level 1, like you were talking about.
Yeah. But Bassie is an efficient item. I like Bassie. It's a very efficient mana regen item over the long term in a lane. So as long as you don't get regen punished early, it tends to pay off. And of course, you can always build it into the Vlads, which seems to be the de facto Enigma build these days.
Husky's also, yeah. He's got a ring of regen already queued up the headdress, so they're taking advantage of the aura items. I feel like that's a big trend right now. First it was all the branches, now I feel like it's the ring of headdress, ring of bacillus, and maybe the buckler. If
ring of headdress.
Whatever, man.
How many rings you got, man?
I mean, it's a ring of buckler, and there's a ring of bacillus. All right, you take a headdress, you put some rings on it, boom, ring of headdress.
Yeah. What would the Ring of Buckler look like?
We just have little shields on it.
You ready to
I mean, technically, Buckler does have a ring in it.
Yeah.
Where's the ring go, actually?
my old
Anybody ever thought of that?
It's maybe somehow the buckler a buckler attaches to like your forearm, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there's like
A big ass ring?
a ring that is attached to your finger, and the leather strap into the attached on your forearm. You know, you feel it?
You're the military man, so I'll trust you on that one.
Oh, man. what is a modern military? I hardly even know what a buckler is.
What, you didn't do your buckler training, son?
No, I
Amateur hour out here, man. This is what they pay me to work with. Jesus. Come on, man. Pick up the slack.
I did work with the bayonet, though. I know how to use one of those.
Oh, that got real fast.
I don't know when in modern warfare we're using bayonets, but you know.
I mean, more recent than bucklers.
That's true. That's
Some
true.
ancient history, man.
All right, how do you imagine who's going to be winning what lanes?
Grim Bloodseeker versus Enigma Tiny. I feel like Enigma free farms. I tend to believe Enigma always win lanes unless you have the physical cleave for the Eidolons. I think the Eidolons are just too strong in the current form. So unless you have some hero like, I don't know, the like Gyro type hero that can actually kill him, Monkey King, I think Enigma always just over the long run will win the lane, which is fine. I think Bloodseeker will still do okay unless he gets tossed into the tower. That's a big thing to watch for. Which Yaor's the type of player who will get tossed into the tower. It'll happen. Mid is Gunner Brewmaster. My God. Just when you thought you've seen it all, he brings out the mid brew. What an absolute monster. I think he is going to have a rough one versus Zeus. I'm not going to lie. I do not see this mid matchup going very well for him. We have seen him on some sacked heroes like that offlane Sven, so he is a comeback player. This might take it a little too far. We'll see what happens.
Don't be negative.
I mean, how do you think Lone Druid would do, theoretically, mid lane against Zeus?
Probably okay. I'm not sure. I don't know how much these arc lightnings add up over time. I don't see Lone Druid getting pressured though, so he probably free farms. It's pretty hard to stop Lone Druid farming mid. He might be going mid, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like there's no reason to force Brewmaster to go mid.
Yeah, it seems rough.
You could just make him go safe lane, or perhaps off lane, as it looks like Nouns is pretty much open to anything at this point.
Yeah, we don't know what they're doing. Maybe they don't even know what they're doing. I'm not even going to try to guess. This team is very creative. That's how I'll phrase it.
Yeah.
Some of the creativity works, some of it doesn't. But I've always respected that they're willing to try stuff and go out of the box. And of course, I mean, they are a scary Lone Druid team. This Lone Druid here was banned for some first phase for a long time. Mainly, the Gunner Lone Druid is what people were afraid of.
Yep.
So we'll see if Costa Billy can live up to the Gunner expectations here. On a hero that, honestly, this hero's been dominating recent competitive, I think.
Yeah. No, he certainly has. Z-Freak, toss up in the air, will be able to get that bounty rune. But it still leaves us in a 2-2 split. And at the end of the day, we ended up with just normal-ish lanes. I mean, it's still a mid Brewmaster. That's not exactly normal, but it is still Gunner playing mid.
Yeah, it's normal for him, so
True.
you gotta keep it in the context.
I mean, normal would be playing a regular mid hero for Gunner at this point.
That's very true. I mean, honestly, 2-2 rune split, I feel like it's pretty good when you have Enigma.
Yeah, but I feel like it's
Enigma
also
never
cheating
contests.
because you have Lone Druid, and Lone Druid's like an extra hero for getting bounty runes.
Just outclick him, man. Go to the Eternal Envy School for double-handed mouse clicking. Beat him.
Double-handed, hand off the keyboard, and you're just tapping on that right
Oh,
click.
you don't know that? You don't know that?
No?
Is that not a public meme? I thought that was a public meme.
I do not remember this. Is that what Envy did?
Oh my god! Yeah, when I was playing with Envy back on the NP days, he had this strat where he would take both his hands and like double click the left mouse, like the mouse button, right?
Yeah,
So the right mouse button to click the rune. Yeah, he would use both his hands to alternatingly press that single key. It was absolutely fucking hilarious. The thing was, in theory, it's better, but the thing was, I feel like he never won the rune. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he did it all the time, and it didn't even improve the chances that he won the rune.
And what happens if he gets, like ganked out of nowhere? You know,
I mean, you gotta.
his hands off the keyboard.
I mean, you win some, you lose some. You know, that's the 50-50. So he'll probably correct me. I'm sure I got it wrong, but I do remember him. He literally practiced it.
That's
He
funny.
practiced it. So
I mean, I'm gonna try it right now. See, I mean, I feel like by doing that, I'm gonna make the mouse like move all over the place. Yeah, I make it move. How does he keep it? Does he hold?
it's a special skill, man. It's a special skill. You gotta like brace it with one hand, right, and then bring the other one in on an overarching motion. Get the alternating frequency correct, and then boom, you're in there.
I don't even think that's going faster than just me doing it with one finger.
No, I don't think it's actually that much better.
Yeah. Well,
But, creativity, right? The point is you gotta get creative. If you want to win at Dota, you gotta get creative. You also gotta be good, and you gotta execute well. And that's what makes creativity shine.
so which part was Envy missing?
Come on, man. That's kind of toxic. That's kind of toxic, man. Look,
All right.
Is Envy in this game? No. Why are we talking about Envy? We're talking about Nouns versus Quincy here for a LAN qualification slot cap.
Yep. There's already EG already eliminated themselves, so at this point just leaves. I mean, really, TSM, Quincy Crew, Nouns are the expected teams to end up in the grand finals, and so a win here very likely means that you're probably well on your way to at least getting into that grand finals.
You're in a good spot confidence-wise, for sure.
Yeah.
You see Coast Ability pull this wave, interrupt the Mojo pull. They're duking it out, blocking all the pulls. The lane shenanigans begin. Remember, this is an Earth Spirit double melee off lane. These are generally not lanes you want to just lane normally. It's where Earth Spirit's weak. He wants to get the fast level 2 and then either gank mid or try and get a kill off the early level 2.
Yeah.
So Quincy just trying to disrupt the equilibrium, pull the waves all over, give some XP to this Earth Spirit, and potentially look towards mid early. Because this brew is going to be low. And it's going to be an issue. He is already struggling.
Yeah, he's a ways away from a bottle, too. So this is going to be getting real awkward. You are certainly going to be taking advantage of that with the extra burst movement speed.
That's maybe the biggest thing off this mid lane is Zeus is constantly going to keep this brew low, and then Bloodseeker gets an extra 100 MS off it. So he's chilling.
Alright, he gets to CS, bottle is bought, and on its way.
I guess the one saving grace is you have this new Drunken Brawler,
Yeah?
which gives you some extra regen and magic resist. Perhaps this is the idea, just regen through it. He's not doing too bad CS-wise.
In stone.
Mojo's in some trouble. He is, I believe, 100% dead. But he can at least pull the creep wave back, have it double up, and hopefully Leslon will be able to get a decent amount of solo experience for that. So that's going to be your first blood, going over to Husky.
Not the worst. If the lone Druid got that, I think you're sad. Since the Phoenix gets it, I think you're okay with that. It's an acceptable bet. Not ideal, but it's acceptable. You look at the bottle refill. It's not level 2 though, which is pretty sad. They might have been able to try for this mid kill. He will leech it. There's just not much action on this bottom lane. This Lone Druid Doom matchup is not great, and It's really not great when your 4's an Earth Spirit. It's just been the biggest downside of this hero for a long time. I was like, what do you do in the early game?
Yeah.
You look at mid and hope he's low enough, which is what Mojo's doing, and it doesn't really look low enough.
Well, certainly not with Gunner. Just AFK under the tower most of the time. Gives himself a healing salve. MSS going to stick around for the 4-minute rune spawn. So Quinn will at least be guaranteed 1 refill on the bottle.
The bigger thing is Brew needs the runes to stay in the lane, I think.
Oh yeah, certainly.
So the rune deny is nice. The trade-off is your Doom kind of just soloing down here, which Phoenix isn't the best hero to pressure him, but it will give a lot towards this lone druid in terms of you can give him solo XP and you can give him free farm.
A little bit of trade back and forth. The roll-in not going to land from Mojo. And if anything,
5 misses.
when he doesn't land that, it's going to be kind of awkward. Doesn't get rooted, doesn't get dove on, doesn't get slowed down, so be okay. Gotta be careful with getting low, though. Once again, I look over, Gunner immediately dropped to low enough. You are maxed out thirst, running around.
He's a speedy boy.
Oh, look at this wrap, though. Z-Freak trying for the toss. Finally gets it off the avalanche now.
Gunner has no mana.
Yeah, Gunner has no mana, and Quinn also had Heavenly Jump to be able to get away. Meanwhile, Husky ended up dying. Looks like behind the tower while they're doing these creep pulling shenanigans, they caught him out.
That's a rough death. You do not want to be giving the extra XP to the Surf Spirit, who otherwise was struggling on the map.
Yeah.
These lanes are not going amazing for Nouns, which seem to be the story of most of their games. They're not really a lane-focused team, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. They don't really care too much. So much more about the mid-game, the team fights. What are their spells going to do once they get there? These heroes can function from a lower state anyway. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Doom is also going to be inflated because he's a Doom. And the Bloodseeker, he's had total free farm, benefited from the Brewmaster being low mid.
Illusion.
So not the greatest start for Moo either.
Almighty money.
It's going to come down to, like, how much does this Brewmaster get done? Which he has ultimate up.
Yeah, everybody's kind of hovering around that mid lane, waiting for the opportunity to make a split kill. There's also this gigantic wave pushing in bottom, and I saw Moo drawing to bottom. I mean, it's always dangerous when you stack this up, especially against a pushing hero like Lone Druid.
Runner's just running there.
Yeah, I think they're just going to pressure him under tower, even if they know it's coming. At this point in time, this could just be a free tower.
I mean, Lone Druid's level 6.5. He's very high level. This is a very strong push. Probably just the tower going down. I don't think this is too defendable here. Fada comes trying to spam it out. The split.
And
I don't know if the split was necessary.
Yeah, he didn't attempt to, like, catch the... He didn't try and go for Fada or anything like that. They're immediately going to smoke up the two, Fada and MSS. And they'll wrap into... We'll see where they head to. I'm not sure what they're thinking with this.
Maybe try and find the brew in the jungle on the way back. They're looking at this Enigma on the ward. Pretty good ward.
Stay away from me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they do have enough nuke damage because the Zeus can also be here. He leaps across over the cliff and should be able to get here. They've got the Zeus ultimate to be able to finish him off. It's not quite enough, but one more right click and they do get him. Gunner falls. A nice Fire Spirits on both the supports. Quinn, though, in some bit of trouble here, but he's got another jump up in 3 seconds, and now the stun came through, hit Husky right as he dove on through everything. What a disaster. Z-Freak's going to be kind of kicked, finishes him off. Moo does manage to complete with the TP back to base, but otherwise, that was just Nouns. Combination of not the best fight for them, but that Centaur stomp, come on.
That was the icing on the unfortunate cake.
Yeah.
Still, the ward was the MVP of that. This deep ward that Mojo got out earlier sets all of that up.
Yeah.
Allows the initiation with the ink swell. That brew barely died to the
Radiant's
last right.
bottom tower
Right
is under
click.
attack.
He actually got his haze off, which gives him the crazy magic resist. Something to think about this game. He's tankier than he appears.
Well, he's
Didn't get it off this time.
made a little bit squishier by all this magic damage, but again, magic resistance is just enough on the Brewmaster to survive.
For the twin.
Nice early plays from Quincy. Anytime you can do this with an Earth Spirit, you're going to feel good.
Dire's top tower is
Because this
under
hero
attack.
scales like a beast. He just needs some early little skirmishes to go his way. He's got his urn. Still looking for the charges. These kind of things are big.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Something
under
I did want to
attack.
mention though is Gunnar, as we see him trying to take down this Doom, he'll probably get it. He is going for Midas. Which to me is interesting. I'm not sure.
For my tab.
I don't think this is a very conventional mid-brew item. It tells me they really want to just play for the late game scenario. Or he thinks there's just not going to be too much space on the map with an LD and an Enigma. And a Phoenix who's... I mean, Phoenix is pretty much another core. He's just masquerading as a support.
Yeah.
Maybe he just feels it's the only way he's going to keep up and farm. Still, it's an interesting choice. I assume he eventually wants to go for this Ag's refresher type build. My assumption.
He's going to catch UR here, slows him down with a clap, and we'll be able to get the follow-up split. And I don't think Mojo can do anything about this.
Nope.
Best he could do is roll in and try and kick the Bloodseeker to the side, but...
Might just get black hole.
Yeah, exactly. So, Leslau,
Radiant's courier
okay,
has
kills the
been
courier. Thought maybe he was going to go for a Doom kill on a Husky, but a courier instead.
Got his own Midas. Midas Gaming.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, what
is under
the
attack.
Midas has been coming back for a while. These Nature's Prophet carries have been going Midases. Doom is obviously another one. Now we're seeing Brewmaster go Midas. Why is this
Warden?
hero back? Arc Warden, yeah. Why is the item come back?
I don't know. I think usually that item comes back when the game tempo slows down a little bit. And people feel like games are going later. I've definitely felt this item be pretty annoying, to be honest. Like a lot of the games I play versus it, seems like people get away with it, you know? If you win one fight and you have Midases, you feel very good. So to me, it's probably a gut feeling people have on the game in terms of how much they can get away with the greed and how much they need for the early fights. If people aren't taking it to them with super early pushes or fights, you're not going to feel too bad about this item. I mean, a guarantee pays off.
Well, we can see Leslau is certainly enjoying his Midas. Cleared through some stacks. He's level 9.5. He is about to get ganked, though. Sea
Big kill if
Freak
they can get it.
and Costabile. They can try and go for some sort of tossed bear play. Or, in this case, looks like they're just going to be able to get behind him. He's going to pop the Scorcher, trying to run away. Z-Freak does find him. Tossed straight up in the air with the instant root, and that'll be easily enough.
That's a big kill. The downside of Midas, it's going to inflate your net worth. That's like a 500 gold kill. So well worth it on the smoke. They still have Egg up here. They have Black Hole, Brult. Coming up in 10.
坏事了，坏事了！
More pauses. Have you played versus this Brewmaster hero?
Ever? Yes. Recently? Also, yes.
Yeah, back in 98, I played versus. I'm talking what people are doing with it now, man. I have had a traumatic experience with this hero in the last few days, let me tell you that.
Okay.
People are going Ags, going Refresher,
Yeah.
spamming the ult off cooldown, and running the Brilliance at your base.
Yes. Yes.
This
Yes,
hero
yes.
has morphed from a panda into a rat. Let me
Yes.
tell you this. I find it absolutely disgusting. Now, is it an effective way of winning certain games? Probably. But there is no honor in it.
at the end of the day, if you have no honor, what's the point?
I mean, we all play Dota for the honor.
坏事
And let me
了！
tell you this, there is no honor.
All right, let
in
me
this
ask you
hero.
this. Do you think OG has honor?
Blood.
What are these baited questions, man? What are these baited questions today? You're trying to trick me.
It's not a baited question. Just answer the question.
Yes, I think they had honor.
Okay.
Did they do some dishonorable stuff? Yes, but they did it honorably, so that's what counts.
They did dishonorable things honorably.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
You know, if you do something dishonorably, but you're good and you win, then nobody cares. You remember the Arc Warden double Necro Lycan push strat at TIE?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty dishonorable. They did lose that game though. So. Rolling.
Kick. Inkswell's not going to land on anything. They do manage to get another slow on a Z-Freak, but at best, yeah, Quinn, he hops to the high ground real quick. That was not an initiation that worked at all. So Nouns going to be able to just retreat back, keep farming. Constant pushes from the Eidolons here in the top lane are just chipping away at this tower. The Brewmaster thing, I actually saw that earlier in the Chinese DPC this last season. I always reference this game, but I never remember the teams. I think it was like LGD versus Aster or something like that. And the game was just ended by the fact that Brewmaster just kept on popping his ultimate and slowly whittling down the buildings.
I mean, it's insanely annoying. There's not much you can do about it unless you have very specific heroes. Let me tell you, these Quincy heroes are not going to deal with it. If we get to a late game situation where he can do that, it's going to be really freaking annoying. Like, you have to smoke out and jump this guy, and it's almost impossible. That said, that's why I found it interesting he's going this Midas build, because he's just going Midas BKB, which is not this, Ags Refresher Perma Rat build.
Ooh.
As Quinn, he's a no man's land.
Yeah, fast reaction from that Thunder God's Wrath. They saw Z-Freak and Ghost of Eli coming in. They immediately did a 180.
Doom used too.
Got the hell out of there, but Doom does fall to that failed gank between the two of them on Husky.
Radiant's
A weird
middle
fight.
tower is under attack.
Kind of a weird push too. I think this is one of those lineups where Quincy, normally they'd feel like they can make some moves. You know, Quinn is a big guy on, he wants to play aggressive, use his strength, these types of early pushes and skirmishes. I just don't think this is the lineup that can do it. Like, they have no tower damage.
Bottom tower is under attack.
This is an impossible Nouns lineup to fight into around the early towers in terms of how many ultimates they have. These types of pushes are just feel suicidal at this point. I think this is a Quincy lineup you kind of just have to farm for a bit.
Then what
Which
is
might
their
not
timing?
be their
Because we just got done
super
talking about
favorite play style.
the late game of Nouns and how it's going to be really difficult dealing with that. So what is the timing for Quincy Crew?
I'm not sure. I think it's just Bloodseeker BKB, and you go with the double Rupture, double Doom. They're going to try and make this mid play. He has no ult on the Brew. Sunray's doing some work, though.
You do manage to get it. And not able to do much past that, sadly.
These types of mid ganks can be good for them, because that's where, like, Earth Spirit Grim can shine.
Yeah.
You roll in the Inkswell Earth Spirit, you're going to get Chain Silence forever. Zeus going to pump out the damage. These are the little types of fights that can work well for Quincy while the Bloodseeker and Doom farm it up. I mean, their cores are going to scale insanely hard. I don't think Quincy's afraid of going late game necessarily. I just think these types of lineups might feel a little awkward for them to play. They gotta be patient, you know? The Zen monk style.
And patience is allowing Nouns to get a lot of different items coming in soon, one of which would have been the Blink Dagger on Moo, but it's going to be delayed a little bit by a nice gank from MSS and Leslau. They're going to turn their attention, Nouns that is, to mid. Unfortunately, Quinn just... oh no, he actually already had that haste rune in his bottle, so... That was actually him just popping it in order to get out of there, so gank on mid seems a little futile.
You think Quinn wouldn't have a haste rune up his sleeve? Come on, Kyle.
That's true.
Radiant's
That's true.
bottom
Call yourself a
tower
North
is under
American
attack.
Dota watcher. I've been watching this guy get runes for 10 years.
10 years? I don't think he's even been playing Dota for 10
Radiant's
years. That's
bottom
impressive.
tower is under attack.
He was in the same high school class with Leslau and Ghost of Billy,
okay.
so
Yeah.
it goes way back.
Was he playing RuneScape back then? Is that where all those runes were coming from?
You think Quinn would play RuneScape?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, he probably would. His Enigma's kind of far behind, I feel. It's had a rough one. I've not felt his impact.
Thought he would have been more farmed, just because I felt like I was just watching him farm constantly, like throwing idle lines around.
Yeah, Bruce split.
A little bit of pressure, and a primal split comes out.
Rolled into the bear.
Oh no! They're not even able to catch Moja. They couldn't get the tornado off on him or something in time? I mean,
Bear
somehow
no
no
mana,
stuns.
too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why the bear has no mana, but they're going back in.
Z-Freak. Not going to be able to get rid of the silence fast enough. Chain stunned down. The rest of Nouns starts gathering. Oh, miss Centaur Stomp. That almost landed on 3. Instead, didn't hit anything.
A fitting bounty.
Very weird fights in this game. There's just kind of like random skirmishes. It's like one hero dies and then everybody goes back to farming. I think it's a product of the lineups. Still, it feels very weird to me. It feels like an awkward pace that I think is benefiting Quincy just because, I mean, they have Doom. So, Doom is Doom. He eats creeps, he Midas creep, he get very farmed.
And hopefully he doesn't Doom a creep.
He Doom you, well, yeah.
How's your war doing? He's closing in on the BKB almost.
That is the big item for him, I think. Like, he doesn't really... It's pretty hard for him to join these fights until he has it. Once he has it, Quincy can think about trying to force engagements around these objectives with the Link. The Link is going to be pretty annoying for Nouns if it hits. The move was going that blink. He decides not what he's looking for and just doubling back for the BKB.
I feel like that happens all the time. You know, you think you're going to go the more aggressive item, you die once, and then you're like, okay, BKB it is.
I tend to agree with it, though. I don't. Is he blinking in and holding anything in this game? It seems pretty hard.
Maybe it's
at some point.
Counter initiation, like if his Phoenix goes in and eggs, that I could see the blink being more valuable in that situation, but other than that, yeah, I have a tendency to agree. Just like BKB and forcing them to doom you. Like forcing them to play around that fact constantly seems like the best idea.
He could have even gone Midas this game, the way this pace went.
Yeah.
Might have not even been bad.
I mean, shit, everybody should have gone Midases.
That's true. Why don't we see a bunch of Midases in this game? Where's the Phoenix Midas? I guess Gunnar was right. He knew.
Radiant's middle
gonna be a
tower
farm
is under
fiesta.
attack.
Here's that Bloodseeker BKB though.
Dire's
Farm
bottom
fiesta
tower
over.
is under
Fight
attack.
fiesta time. They're coming.
Yeah, they are coming. Done with their siesta. Now begins the fiesta. It's going to start with Husky dying first and immediate pressure
Radiant's
onto the
middle
mid-tier
tower is under
1.
attack.
And Nouns don't even blink.
Radiant
They're like,
structures
okay,
are
we just keep
fortified.
farming.
Z-Freak playing with his food a little bit. Mojo's... He's in no man's
Radiant's
land.
middle tower is under
Toss
attack.
over onto the bear. Fada. Now going to be made... Oh, nice double doom. They do manage to get that combination. They're going to throw out the Zeus ultimate, and the heroes start falling. Air Spirit immediately gets grabbed by the bear, though, and is going to be dying real quickly. The Primal Split is out,
bear.
but he's not able to do anything about this
strong is
BKB
he?
up your war. It's going to be
strong
close
is he?
call, and he dies first. Bloodseeker goes down. Costabile gets that kill before he is finished up.
Damn.
Dire's top
We're seeing the
tower
power of
is
this little
under
druid
attack.
in the man fight.
Yeah.
That was after he got to like 40% HP, I want to say. He still outfought this Bloodseeker. That was a Chad mana. He had no choice. I mean, that was without the egg, no black hole, double doom. Pretty decent fight for Quincy.
Yeah, I mean, it
A lot
felt
of
like
gold.
a dream initiation for Quincy Grew in many ways, and the fact that it ends up going even, now you don't have to worry about Doom. You still have Black Hole up, which I'm sure Moo probably is saying he wants to get his BKB first, but...
Can you use it, though? I mean, how do you use black hole in this game? Toss somebody into it, I guess?
Elemental gold.
Just seems hard for this Enigma to have impact the way these fights are going.
I'm convinced it's just around the supernova.
Radiant's
I think that's
bottom
really
tower
the...
is under attack.
Because
Yeah,
I
maybe.
think you're right, it is hard to use. So I think Husky just has to be extra aggressive with the supernova, and Moo just kind of like waddles in after him.
I mean, that's generally where the big purpose of this Lone Druid in this
Radiant
lineup is
structures
he can
are
force the issue.
fortified.
Like, he can force a
Radiant's
tower or
bottom
force a
tower
Roche,
is under attack.
which puts Quincy in a position where they have to fight into all these big team fight ultimates, which is what you want to have happen. Because you can't just dive in aggressively egg, you know? It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you force Quincy to fight into you around a Roche Bear lane, you're pretty happy. So that's like what this Lone Druid is.
Under attack.
His real purpose in this draft is to force Quincy into the team fights. I wouldn't be surprised to see them just try and force Roche's lane.
Awkward fight. They're going to lead off Avalanche first, but Leslau tries to go for Moo, doesn't
Another
quite
good
get it.
link.
They do manage to get the soul bind onto 2. Gunner, Primal split up in a second, but he's got his BKB until then. Supernova out on the
egg.
side. Yuar's going to go for it, trying to go and kill the egg, but he realizes he can man fight against the bear, but he's going to be inside of the
stunned.
Supernova stun, and now the bear might just be able to finish him off. Amalphus, and there he goes, up to the high ground. The rest of Quincy crew trying to retreat through their triangle. Quinn, another heavenly jump in 4 seconds, going to be far too late as Nouns handily win that fight off of what was, I mean, really just an awkward initiation from Quincy crew. I mean, this is twice now that Leslau just hasn't had a clear, good jump in.
I mean, he didn't even have Doom up, so he jumps in. There's a Link. Nothing to do. Panda's BKB'd. Link dies. Free reign for the Nouns to just go ham with their ults. Aggressive egg, kills Fada on the back end. It's really nice. And again, I think Nouns were thinking, let's just do the Roche force Quincy into us. Quincy came before they even did it. I mean, Z-Freak's going to be happy to jump them every time.
Yeah.
And now they get the Roche on the back end.
Roshan has fallen
I think
to
Quincy's in
the
some trouble here because, like, this brew he is scaling. He is farmed as hell. The Midas is fully paying off. It's going to be a problem for them. They do not have answers to this Brewmaster in the fight. Bloodseeker does not clear through this hero until way later. And even then, he's not amazing. He's not some Monkey King in Wukong, or like Weaver, Geminate, Bug killing everything.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
So
tower
if they now
has fallen.
can't kill the bear man, and the bear itself is pretty off limits as well, Quincy crew are just, I think, going to have to dodge fights, but
Dire's top
that doesn't feel
tower
good
is
either
under
because Lone Druid so efficiently cuts down objectives that you're not going to actually get that much farming time in return.
Yep, that's the beauty of this pick with their first 4. Like, it really solidifies, it gives their lineup a lot of purpose, even if they're big team fighters that are behind in net worth or a bit clunky on the map. This Lone Druid, the rate at which you can accelerate the game off of the objectives,
Dire's top tower
it just lets that clump pay off, which is really it's what Quincy doesn't want to get sucked into. They just want to farm the map, draw this Nouns ball back, split them up, because they can pull ahead on the net worth, and their heroes can deal a crap ton of damage. This is still a Zeus lineup. Just fights like that in the open 5v5, it's gonna be rough for you, especially if Z-Freak can find the jump.
Radiant are scanning.
So they see the Grimstroke and I believe now the Zeus in top lane. They've both shown themselves, so they're going to do a 5-man smoke to the other side of the map. They know anybody that they run into, it's a good fight. The smoke is going to break with MSS on the high ground here, so...
Sneaky.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, they're gonna know, because Husky's gonna break too.
Yeah, they're going to check it soon, but Mojo
He's
is
out.
already rolled away.
I mean, they're almost up to Brewmaster Ags. Then he can start ratting the buildings if he wants to.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough they have just the bear, but then the pandas come into play. And especially with him, I feel like the level 20 is where it gets really bad. Where that Earth Panda is invulnerable because he's got an extra 1,400 health and he's magic immune and he's got
It's a rough one.
demolish.
It's a rough one for sure. He's the better bear, you know?
Dire's
I guess this
bottom
bear is a
tower under
panda,
attack.
actually, so...
Yeah, it's a full panda family.
How come all the pandas have demolished? Is that like a theming thing, or...?
You know, demolish buildings like they demolish bamboo.
All right.
I couldn't come up with anything better.
Yeah,
What
that
do you
was
want from
weak.
me?
That was weak. I give that like 2 out of 10, man. I thought of that one and didn't even say it because I thought it was so weak. Weak like the grip of a panda, but not in Dota, because they all have demolish.
That's true. It is kind of weird that the panda bear seems to be the strongest of all the bears.
Radiant's top tower is under
I mean, he's
attack.
vicious. Look at him go to town on this building.
It's
gone.
Nice pretty quickly.
Dyer's middle tower
My
has
God.
fallen.
Hero's terrifying.
Okay, so nouns. I mean, they're kind of in a situation that they were against Alpha, controlling the game. Now have to go high ground against a Zeus. Let's see if they fare any better than they did
It's a rough one.
in the previous series.
This hero is very hard to high ground, unless you can displace him. They get a toss back on him, they're golden. That is, though, where the siege mechanism is kind of interesting to me, you know? Like, can you just brew ult and start hitting buildings? Zeus doesn't do anything to it.
Nope. Yeah.
It might be a route. You do have to care about the wraparound at that point. If Quincy can find the backline with their supports off the start of the fight, they're going to be super happy. And, of course, this soulbind is... Big soulbind is probably the key to the fight. I think Yawar is going to have a hard time just running in versus these heroes unless a couple of them are doomed and maybe double rupture come out.
Yeah. Gunner's going to be holding on to a gem. So, really, really, really big kill if they can get it. Aegis does expire.
Dyer's top
Quincy
tower
crew,
is
though.
under attack.
Even just the Eidolons always have to be aware of some sort of rat potential.
Aegis does run out, so they didn't get to use it for too much. Though how easy it was to use that Aegis probably wasn't too easy. It's a farming Aegis. It got them a lot of gold on this Panda and Enigma, who are very happy to soak it up. I think especially Mu has caught up a lot. And now he has BKB and Blink,
Is under attack.
which, is there much to stop this BKB Blink hole? Not really. He has to get doomed
Yeah.
at the start of the fight, probably.
And soon he's going to be able to deal with that too, with the Lincolns that he has next.
Yep. Nouns are just waiting on their ward. They think Quincy's gonna run into them, but Quincy have no intention of running into this ball. They're just farming.
Yeah, they got Thatcher next. You are. I mean,
Wow, you just took that arcane rune away from Gunner. What the hell? Got BM.
there goes free round of Primal Split. I feel like he could have just picked up that arcane rune. I mean, the ratting should start pretty soon here, I feel. You know? No reason not to.
I mean, I think he's worried if he starts the ratting and like he runs low on ults, then Quincy smoke and fight, you know? I'm not sure though.
Shivas?
Oh, Mojo gets caught.
Yeah, he does. Leslie thought he was going to go for the initiation, chose not to. Mojo ends up being the victim of that one. Nouns, the rest of them are kind of like sweeping through the enemy jungle, seeing if they can find anything. There's nothing over there, though. So once again, they'll just kind of corral in the lanes. That's the biggest thing, is just not letting Quincy crew get out of their base.
Ideally, they'd like to deward this last ward that Quincy has on his hill. It's a question of can they push up this far. Quincy's sitting on it. They know the best fight is on the vision. 1000%. They can get the soulbind and the dooms. And wisely Nouns back off. I actually think this is we're getting to the point where I do think this brood can start thinking about just throwing some ults at towers. I don't think Quincy has a lot for them, to be honest. I guess he's waiting for the level 20, maybe?
Yeah, it could be.
Dire are scanning.
Scan hits,
Right, smoke.
spot on MSS. Once again, going for their combo initiation, where they roll in with Inkswell. Try and get some sort of chain stun out, especially with the Nimbus available. Gonna lead off into a Doom as well, but the BKB already goes off. They do manage to get the Doom on to Gunner. Gunner gonna have to try and get out of here. He's also ruptured up. They do manage to find the side initiation on Husky as well. So this could be two going down. Husky's immediately gonna go for the buyback, and Gunner does not have one. This could be a total cleanup. The toss over onto the side. Moo! He needs to be able to get off the black hole, but the bash came through. Yawar does get destroyed by the bear. Leslau was not able to stop this in time, but they should be able to kite around the bear a decent amount. Mojo is gonna get burned down. Husky. Well, the actual bear is almost dead. Toss over to the side. Z-Freak actually going for the kill on Leslau. He goes to the toss, and it's not quite enough. Quinn does manage to finish off the Phoenix. Goes for a TP out. Oh, Costa Melee did not get a bash, did not get an entangle, and somehow Quinn lives to see another day.
All right, I never want to hear another complaint about Quinn's RNG in my life, dude. I feel like that's a 1 in 30 chance he TPs out like that. That there's no bash or root or anything. Like, my God. And Leslau somehow living on 20 HP.
Yo.
And just running around. I mean, that was a great start to the fight for Quincy. They get the Doom on the Brew. Perhaps the most important hero to Doom at this point. Gunner kind of gave it to him a little bit. And it forced the Phoenix by. The Phoenix dieback, in fact. Moo didn't even get anything off.
I mean, the fact that Moo gets bashed as soon as he approaches the Bloodseeker, I mean, I'm sure he could have maybe played that a little bit better, but still really unfortunate. It feels like everything possible went Quincy Crew's way. And the only reason that fight wasn't a total disaster was because of the buyback on Husky.
Still, though, it feels like a team fight win for Nouns. Just Cold Stability is going absolutely ham in these fights. Nobody can check him. This bear's got 4,000 HP. He's getting zapped by Zeus, but he doesn't care, man. Panda's enraged. He's mad. He wants some blood.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Now
attack.
he wants some Roshan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Avery. It felt like they were in such a dominant position. Nouns, like 5-6 minutes ago, they had that Aegis. We were talking about, what can Quincy Crew do to stop, the ratting potential that's available? What can they do to win these team fights? And it feels like they kind of got a little skittish. And now Quincy Crew's going to hit them back-to-back. They're going to go for a 5-man smoke. Oh, my God.
This is a high ground ward, though.
Z-Freak, he managed to blink away from the Nimbus. Still going to be hit by MSS. It looks like they should be able to get that kill. Also, the Doom onto the Enigma at the same time. So once again, they've taken 2 heroes out of the fight. Supernova does explode successfully, but Quincy Crew kept their distance. They've already killed one bear, and Kostabile himself is quite low in the background. Leslau is able to get on top of Husky. They should be able to, they've already killed Kostabile, and it looks like the Phoenix not able to dive far enough away. Gunner now left with just himself and his 3 other selves. Has another primal split to go to if he feels like he has to use it, which I think he does. Should be able to get away. As I presume the Earth Panda... I mean, where's he killing with?
Wind Panda. He's in trouble.
Where's the Earth Panda going, anyway? Is he trying to go away from Roshan?
I guess so. Not a bad idea.
I feel like he could have gotten pretty close to his base. That's my only feeling about that.
BKB potentially.
Yeah, I mean, you are slowed down. There was an opportunity there. The Nimbus tries to go out. Oh my God, is he going to do that? No way. Gunner.
What a monster.
Holy crap, just juked the hell out of him, and that means Roshan is still in contention. Quincy Crew wasted all that energy to chase him down.
I mean, Nouns can go do Roche now, right? They still have the whole. They still have a rule. Quincy has no Dooms. No Zeus sold for 30. They have Rupture Soulvine. I mean, Gunner kind of just salvaged that fight, which was absolutely terrible for them. I don't think there's any way Fada should be able to walk up and ward up enemy high ground hill and get away with it like that. Somehow he did. Like, he should get insta-jump by Tiny there and blowing up. So I think Quincy got away with it a little bit more than they should have there. Still, though, amazing team fight for them in terms of execution. Like, very good target prioritization. The bear basically couldn't do anything, getting soulbound and ruptured.
Radiant are scanning.
I'm gonna play a little, backseat psychology here, but I think Nouns is getting. I think they got way too nervous about this game, fumbled the advantage that they have, and I feel like it's mostly because of Moo. Mostly because I just don't think he feels comfortable. Like he's just not having a good game, right? He's not getting off any black holes or anything, and he's a big voice for them. I feel like his hesitancy leads into the rest of Nouns, just being way too hesitant about taking these fights aggressively when they can. I mean, you said they could have taken Roshan. It's Quincy crew who are doing it right now.
Yeah, don't hesitate now. This is going to be the big fight of the game.
They get the high ground board. Quincy crew already know about it, so they're going to be able to get out of the Roshan pit. They're not going to just blindly walk into Nouns. And Nouns, I mean, if Quincy crew just mass TP's back, ultimately, Nouns have gotten nothing out of all this.
Shard and Aegis to UR. That's a very big shard in this game, too, that he doesn't have to pay for. Meanwhile, the biggest thing is Laslau has Refresher. So we're seeing a lot of Dooms come out. On top of Fada has a goddamn Hex somehow in this game.
Oh, damn.
I don't know how, but insanely powerful. Like, you soulbind in the double Hex. I don't know if Nouns are going to be ready for that. And these Lincoln Spheres are not up, so the window for this to be super useful is still there. I feel like there's just too much net worth firepower on Quincy's side right now.
And the only thing that can really stop it at this point is the Enigma Black Hole, which they now have the Lincolns. So he is kind of at that point now where he should have a free black hole.
He should. Should, and getting it versus Quincy squad is another question.
Yeah.
They do have the double Lincolns, so the Lincolns on Enigma, as you said, and the Lincolns on Brew are up. So it could really mess with some of the Fada spell casting, the Dooms coming out, and give the window for these ults to go off, which at this point you're going to need some big ults for Nouns to win the fight. You need the black hole to hit, you need the egg to hit, and then those are going to allow this bear to go to work. If Quincy gets the jump, I think you're in trouble real fast. As we see, Laslau smoked up on his own.
Shiva's trying to get some vision here. Smoke gonna break. Seafreak unable to get his initiation. Tries to throw out the avalanche. That misses too. Long roll in from MSS. Does manage to nail the Tiny, but it's your Spirit who's gonna die first. And Tiny, well, he's gonna go for the TP out, but the Thunder God's Wrath will put a stop to that one. So ultimately, the trade-off of the 2 4s.
That was a gem.
Yeah, Moo
so
recovers
some extra net worth lost. Quincy's still looking around here. This is aggressive.
I mean, if they
do
did
not
move,
want to jump that bear, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they have to get the backline like you were talking about. Like this, Laslau. He gets the Phoenix. Husky's going to be dying. That's going to be a dieback immediately. But Laslau needs to be able to get out of here with his refresh BKB. Shouldn't be a problem.
Decent pickoffs. Another Brule down too. He's not going to have one for 45 here.
Yeah, that's, I mean, he didn't go the refresher route that so many people have been going. He went a much more conservative BKB. Lincoln's really protecting himself from the Doom, but...
Radiant's middle tower is
I can understand why. It feels like they're just getting jumped every fight. Which their lineup can function from that perspective.
Radiant's bottom tower
Just
is
you
under
have to
attack.
You have to get jumped on the right people, you know? It has to be like this LD or this Brew getting jumped and them surviving, which allows for the Phoenix and Enigma to come in.
Radiant's bottom tower.
The alternative is Z-Freak finds the opening. It just feels too hard at this point. The Zeus is too annoying. We're in the phase of the game where Zeus is... He is the god of thunder.
Yeah.
He is sitting way in the back, destroying your life, destroying your HP pool. How do you jump this hero? It's impossible. A Godspeed.
Okay, well, they do have, first of all, they've got the ninja gear on Mu, which is obviously a fantastic pickup. He just needs to constantly be smoked. Really big for dealing. Yeah, exactly, right? It dodges the Zeus ult, so he keeps his blink always up, which is pretty massive. Obviously, being off map, super important as well. 20 seconds left on the Aegis. Nouns do recover their high ground triangle area with the gem. Clear all the wards out.
It's so hard for them to start anything. Like, they're smoking around, finding nothing.
I'm worth so
just
much
all in this
more.
tiny to try and jump. You know, what is he jumping? There's just nothing to jump.
Yeah.
Fada's solo smoked off the ninja gear himself.
Trying to get some good vision down. And this ward might end up being really pretty. Now, there are two Quincy crew members that are not here, but they do have the outpost. We see the bear. And Doom is going to start making his rotation. The Earth Spirit's already here. Doom actually can't... Oh, we got bruisered. He got ogre bruisered.
I mean, sometimes the jungle giveth. Sometimes the jungle taketh away, you know?
Yeah. Can you imagine if Nouns, like, jumped out and took that fight? Leslie's
MVP ogre smash or what?
Yeah, could have been, but not the case here. Nouns re-engage in the same area, but Quincy crew is long gone.
It's another smoke from them.
Yeah, smokes are... I had to imagine they are run out of smokes entirely.
They gotta be out. They do have wards still, which is very good. They can aggressively ward for the fights. They also have... That Ob's almost caught Mojo on the triangle. They just need to see anything in this game, I feel. They can see something. Then they can take the fight. They just see nothing. I mean, that's also the power of Zeus, right? This guy's running around bolting everything. Ulting you. It's the vision control this hero gives you. It's... Quincy knows, like, we see Quinn just bolting this high ground. They know there's nothing here, you know?
Yeah.
Even though they lost the gem. Doesn't matter. That's what making these fights very hard for Nouns.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The days of where they could have sieged, I feel, are long gone. Though the days of the Brewmaster rat could still be coming.
I mean, here it comes. If you're going to be, expanding outside your base like Quincy crew is, they got to be ready with a rapid TP rotation. It's not going to take long for Tier 3 to get busted down by this lone druid. Fada very aggressively blinking forward. I mean, this man, he's trying to find anything at this point.
This is another high on war for now.
You see the bear, Leslau, he's going to be Shiva's up. The Thunder God's Wrath going out. Tiny trying to go for our Fada. Not able to kill him right away. Looks like the Brewling should be able to do the job, but the Tiny dies in return. Fada eventually is going to go down. Leslau, he does manage to get off the Doom onto the lone druid, but the egg is going to allow them to be able to reset. The rest of Quincy crew backing away from the egg, but ready to re-engage soon. Look at Yawar. Pure Spirit rolling in. Oh, the Nimbus died. Yeah, he was doomed up, and it looks like the Nimbus plus the Thunder God's Wrath managed to catch him. Now Husky's going to be caught. Lotus Orb trying to get him out, but the Roland's going to be able to stop that one. And Yawar finally makes his pounce in from the side. Wasn't able to get enough bashes. Gunner gets off his ultimate. It looks like the Earth Panda.
Run.
12
Panda.
seconds left. Should be plenty of time to at least get to his base. We'll see if that actually defends him, though. They've got a Doom. If they can cut through this Lincoln's, Gunner... Yeah, there it goes.
They're cutting through it.
Doom. Man, that arcane blink makes that Doom go off so quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Leslau is just beasting it up this game. Finding the openings, finding the Dooms. Man, that Lone Drew got chunked that fight. Between all this percent damage and Zeus destroying him. The egg looked pretty good. Split up the fight. But like you said, that Doom just taking him out.
Has fallen.
I mean, he's got the Doom talents. Bell does a crap ton, man.
And if the Dooms are being used there,
Here's the
where's
hole.
the black hole? And
Finally.
here it finally is, a two-man
Is it
black
enough?
hole. Yawar and Leslau both low. Looks like Yawar, well, he's going to be able to get off his BKB. Turned into a stone by MSS. No kick out, though. Looks like Leslau should die here, but Gunner is going to be
dead again?
traded off. Once again, the Zeus is completely uninterrupted. Throws around enough damage to kill another core.
Feels like we've been waiting 30 minutes for this hole, and
Yeah.
it wasn't even that good. If the lone druid isn't alive, I don't think they have the damage. I mean, most of their damage is Midnight Pulse, Sunray, and the bear.
Yeah.
So they're missing 2 of those 3. A great hole. Not ideal, though. And now Gunner's on the bench for 90. His dieback. Any hope of that refresher is gonna be gone for a while, I'll tell you that much.
Feel like pushing out in general right now as Nouns is pretty scary. Sure, they don't have to deal with Doom, but I'm not convinced that being able to go outside your base with no black hole is the best idea, but we'll see.
I do think you have to be confident with the Doom down, though. I think if you're not confident to fight without this Doom, with your carry up, I think this game is going to be very hard. Meanwhile, you are just forcing Roshan again. I don't know if he has the ability to do it, though.
Regeneration.
Well, he gets a regenerate, that helps.
Are scanning.
It does certainly help. Initiation,
I
right?
think
They've
you
got the
fight this.
Supernova.
I mean, this
They've
could
got
be
the
a very good
refresh.
fight.
MSS, he's going to be able to break the smoke. Siegfried goes straight into the pit. They're going to deal with MSS as quick as they can. Trying to self-fuel, turns himself into a
himself
stone,
away.
does manage to get a kick away. Siegfried, the black hole, it catches 3. Now the Supernova on top with the bear going to town. If they can actually kill off Quinn here, but Quinn refresh, headloom jump away with the BKB going down as well. Can move, stop him.
Got Doom on the
Nimbus.
back end.
Oh, they actually go for the buyback. Leslau coming in with the Doom onto Costa Bile with the damage coming in from the Zeus. That is easily going to be enough, and Nouns are going to be losing their carry now with no buyback.
The hole was great, but Leslau is just too big, man.
Yeah.
This guy respawns, comes in, kills the lone druid solo with no ult up. What a monster of a black hole. And Siegfried gets caught on the backside here. No survivors. This is his buyback too. He needs to live here, and I don't think he can.
I mean, I just have to wonder if they had been able to get the bear on top of the Zeus while he was in
Yeah.
that black hole. Like, if they kill the Zeus there, how different is that fight?
I mean, he has buyback too, though. That's the thing. Like, all these Quincy cores are so rich. That's the power of gold, baby. You get your own personal Aegis. You're right next to Dire Outpost as well. That's why that fight's so hard.
Yeah.
Yawar dies in the hole, sure. He buys back, TP's in. He gets Aegis. It's like nothing happened, you know? And this game is going to be an uphill battle if there is one now. Refresher shard on Doom. That's a lot of Dooms.
Yeah, and he's got his own scythe to be able to break the Lincolns now, so he doesn't rely on somebody else to do that.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
I mean, we haven't even talked about this Quinn Zeus in a while. He's absolutely jacked. He's got Arcane Rune, Timeless Relic on top of full 6 slots.
Has fallen.
Yeah. Timeless Relic. Oof.
But I'm worth.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That's a nice one.
That's a dream pickup for sure. Yawar has a leveler, so this is definitely going to put some extra pressure on Nouns.
I mean, you're going to need another crazy black hole like that.
Radiant's bottom tower
Nimbus,
has fallen.
Husky,
He is
steps
done.
too far forward. They weren't even up as 5 yet. I mean, they were giving up this lane of barracks either way.
He does have buyback, so they can take a buyback fight on the back of double black hole up at 10. It's going to be the biggest thing. The problem is you're never going to catch the Zeus in the hole, I think. And this Bloodseeker has Aegis, so do you just kill Bloodseeker twice?
Dire are scanning.
They buy back now, trying to catch the heroes. Avalanche, but it's Yawar. He's got an Aegis and a BKB. Doesn't make sense stepping outside the base for that.
2 lanes. Quincy's going to be happy with it.
They don't have to worry about the bear backdooring them anytime soon, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Panda Rat did not come to fruition this game.
No.
Have another. I insist.
This is a scary Doom. Just looking at his items, man. And somehow this Zeus is even scarier.
He gave away the refresher shard? He did. Zeus has it
Zeus.
with almost level 30.
I mean, triple Thunder God's Wrath. What is this, like 2,500 damage almost with all the spell amp buffs?
Yeah.
He might just kill somebody. He might just kill Phoenix almost. So triple Thunder God, triple Nimbus, he 100% dies.
Spotted things out. They do manage to get through. Nice toss back. That is still going to cost Efreak his life, and they're still going for the kill, even close to the fountain. They do manage to get the black hole onto two. Pull in a third. Vana not quite caught, but it looks like they should be able to get at least one kill. Leslau goes down. The second black hole actually still catching Mojo, so they do manage to get the two supports. It's all up to Quinn and UR to be able to get out, and they should be able to do so very clean for them. Double black holes committed to the heroes that do not have buyback.
I mean, that's a decent fight. You take that. You take that every time. I mean, we were talking about the vision game is hard for me. Well, if he's in his fountain, it's pretty easy, you know? I think Quincy a little too deep there. I understand the idea. Still, you have to respect these holes and the fact there's no cancel for them. Anytime this black hole goes down and this bear can go to town, which is exactly what happened there, these heroes will still die very fast. Like, that Doom got shredded. Mojo stoned himself, but he got hold a second time, so he wasn't going very far.
Yeah, just that, was the black hole, like, was the pole actually limiting how far he could kick himself?
That's what, it looked funny.
Yeah,
it looked like he kicked himself at the end.
Yeah.
But his kick was, like, stuck in the hole? I don't know, man. Dota's a weird game sometimes, you know?
And what's also weird is he's going to complete an Aghanim Scepter soon on the Enigma. And I haven't thought about that, but it's still the old one where it does the max HP per second. So it works like the old Midnight Pulse while also, you know, having a current HP per second. That's actually
it is a lot of damage.
That is an insane combination of percentages.
I mean, this net worth difference, I'll tell you, it does not mean a lot in this game. It means basically nothing because the entire game just comes down to who casts spells better.
A game that was once to the favor of Nouns 70-30, and then went back the other direction. Actually went so far as 88-12, 89-11 to the favor of Quincy Crew. Now bump back up, and I mean, I totally agree with what you're saying. Feels like a game that is damn near even, just given the firepower on both sides.
This game is about buybacks and Roshan. Yeah. The number of lives you have is what's going to win these fights unless you get some crazy jump. Quincy can still very convincingly win the fights if they find the soulbinds, they find the dooms. It's a lot on Leslau's shoulders to find those initiations on the right targets. And like we saw there, that tossback was very clutch. So there's a lot of stuff that can come out and interrupt this Doom's initiation.
Yeah, it's crazy the saves that they have on both sides in that regard. With the, what is it called? Enchant Remnant on Earth Spirit, and then the tossback on the Tiny. Both these four positions have, like, very stressful, reactive jobs of saving their cores.
Also worth mentioning, Ags on Lone Druid.
Yep.
It's not an item we see a lot, because generally you want to win the hero, you want to win the game with this hero before you get to this point. But an item that could have a lot of impact on this game because it means he can position even farther back. And does Quincy want to like doom the actual bear? I mean, no, right?
Yeah.
So this pretty interesting item in this game. It's going to mean this panda can go ham. I'm not talking about Gunner Panda. I'm talking about the real panda here. Yeah, double damage panda. All right.
I mean, shit, if you win this fight, if you touch some buildings, they're going to fall over. Gunner, they obviously know he is sitting here smoked. The creep wave just magically dying.
Lincoln's on Husky as well. His initiations are getting harder for Leslau. He's going to have to spend the Hex to get it. Witchbane is nice here as well.
Use the might under the
Gunner does have Refresher. I'm still surprised we haven't seen him ult for any of these buildings at all. It feels like a decent pressure tool.
Yeah, certainly. Bear attempts for a second to hit the building. It does not go well.
another. I insist. Up.
But the pan does. Damn, he just doesn't want to do it. Maybe it's that damn honor you were talking about.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe this guy's... I think it's too much honor. A little too much honor for me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You can do a little dishonorable rat in this game. And Boo is still smoked. Ninja Gear has definitely made his life easier.
Yeah, it almost
Quincy
breaks.
Ward, though.
Okay, it is going to break. He immediately blinks backwards. Quincy crew, yeah, everybody's just popping everything all of a sudden. Shivas goes out from Leslau, doing a little scouting. Gunner pops his ultimate immediately. I mean, Fana is actually trying to get a Wind Waker, and I feel like he's actually going to get it before this game ends. We got 2 more minutes until Tier 5 items spawn.
I mean, this game's just starting.
Yeah.
We're basically starting a new game here. 60 minutes items. Oh, Z-Freak finds
Okay.
Fana.
Fana very far forward. He's going to be caught
just
here,
gets
but
out of there.
Z-Freak? I mean, how?
I
No stuns?
don't know.
Where's the tornado?
He just walked it off.
What? What? How did he
Okay.
get tossed into pretty much the whole team of... Alright.
Leslau gets stunned.
Okay, they're going for the black hole onto Leslau. This is a very big kill if they can get it. The
Yeah,
Supernova's
it's
going to go
huge.
down on top of it. And, well, Quincy crew, they're just abandoning. They're saying we're going to have to reset off of this
Fada
one.
toss.
Fada, once again, he's going to go for the
Blinks
blink
out.
off of the tornado. That's why
What is this guy, Houdini, man?
I mean, that's why he didn't want a tornado earlier.
Doom buyback, doom buyback.
Doom buyback, and they're going straight for Moo. Moo, he refreshes. He really wants to be able to get out this black hole, and he's going to be able to do so against Yuar. Yuar, though, he bashed in. Yules goes off, and it looks like the Enigma's going to die here. Quinn on the side, running low on mana, but it looks like it's enough to be able to kill the lone druid with Leslau. Big, tall, and
is
strong,
down.
laying into these heroes one by one. The percentage-based damage is tearing them apart.
Look at the Hyalons. Holy moly.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Gunner, still going at it, is going to be able to with that... ooh, that was a close call. Blink tried to go for the bash hit, didn't have Abyssal. A bunch of buybacks are available on Nouns, though.
Yeah, they all have buy. Actually, Lone Druid does not. What did he buy out? That he doesn't have buy?
I don't know, because I don't see the bear.
I mean, if Quincy know this, they can push throne here. There's no black holes either. This could be throne.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like just the black holes is enough
Yeah.
for you to try and go for a high ground.
What is left in the tank here? Oh, the Brew ult up in 20, but no
Radiant's
holes
top
for
tower
90.
is under attack.
I don't think you can win a fight without black holes at this point.
Nouns, they're
like
going to have to
Quincy
give
will
him
play
megas. Oh, they managed to get it.
Oh, big link.
The double scythe. First, it's going to be Z-Freak. He's going to be the first one to go down. Can Gunner get off his primal split? It's up right now, but he's silenced for too long. He's dead, and that
No buy.
is looking like it's going to be it now. It's Nouns chased down all the way
Into
to
the
their
fountain you go, sir.
The initiation from Fada. This man doesn't play a 5 position. He just plays a 5th core for Quincy crew. What a great jump to be able to finish up game 1.
I mean, that was a game of Dota right there. We didn't get to see the 60-minute items, but that was a pretty Chad-ass game from Leslau, I must say.
Yeah.
I feel like he initiated every single fight, and that's not easy to do for a 60-minute game. On top of that, I feel like most of his initiations were good, and even that last fight, I mean, there's double hole. He spends 1 life in 1 hole, comes back, goes into another. He still lives and gets all his spells off. That's going to be enough. I mean, Zeus wins another game.
Yeah, Zeus wins another game. Quinn going 21, 1, and 17, 1 death in that game. And, I mean, you were talking about how you just can't let this hero throw around all those spells. That hero damage dealt, 82,000 damage dealt by the Zeus.
Only 80,000? Seems kind of low.
Yeah. I mean, a little low, but it is the same as Leslau, Yawar, and Mojo all combined with an extra 5k on top of that, so...
Alright, we'll give it to him. Actually, kind of a low damage game, considering how long it was.
Yeah, it was. A lot of standoffs.
Yeah, a very farm-heavy game, very late-game oriented game. I still think Gunner should have been ratting these buildings, honestly. It would have applied a decent amount of mental pressure, if nothing else. Because the only person who actually kills the pandas late game is the Bloodseeker. They have no physical. I really think it could have done a lot of damage this game. But I understand the pressure of not wanting to like use ults and then not have them up. It's a catch-22. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Ultimately, it goes back to what you were saying. I think there was a position in this game where Nouns were in a controlling position on that second Roche or something, and they could have maybe converted it into a better map control. It just Mu felt too far behind for a lot of this game. And it just wasn't enough. Too much farm on Quincy's side. Too many late game powerhouses of, I mean, what is it? 4 Ruptures, 2 Dooms, 3 Zeus ults, a Soulbind that doubles it all up. I mean, come on, man. There's just too much crap.
Too much crap indeed, and that leads Quincy crew to a Game 1 victory. But a tight Game 1. We'll see whether or not they can close it out with a nice 2-0, or if this series is going to go the distance with Nouns bouncing back. We're going to take a quick break, and should be back pretty soon with Game 2.
Yeah. Black sheep. I don't even write no more, man.
Tell him, yo,
God.
can't you come over?
On my contra shit commando. Pulling up a clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a banzo. No fake friends, no pretend. Think I might have found my 10. Posted up in my tent. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Niggas get substituted. Nigga, you're not recruited. Cause you're too damn scared to use it. The truth is, you're useless. I'm ruthless. I've proved this. Keep capping, I'ma leave you toothless. You're so dumb to choose this. Ain't going outside, I make it work. I'm in my bag, that's every purse on my back. Is that your girl? She got an ass, she make it twerk. And why you mad? I got her first. You say you rap, you got a verse. I say the swag, you probably hurt. Back to the lab, you gotta search. On my contra shit commando. Pulling up with clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a banzo. No fake friends, no pretend. Think I might have found my 10. Posted up in my tent. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it.
Why are these boys so stupid? Counting me out now, I'm counting my money. I'm probably gonna cop me a new wrist. Y'all gonna think I'm a nuisance. No sound know me who this. Yeah, bitch, I made some improvements. Me and the gang been bowling. Your shawty gon' think we're the coolest. Elizay say we got clips. We bout to make it a movie. I make a hit I can't miss. Damn, the charts might sue me. The way I be stacking my chips, probably the bank gon' sue me. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid, cause your mans can't fool me.
On my contra shit commando. Pulling up with clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a banzo. No fake friends, no pretend. Think I might have found my 10. Posted up in my tent. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it.
look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. Look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good reason. I went red so unexpectedly. I should have said that sometimes happens to me.
No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't let go. No thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black as the soul in me and the heart I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring
on the same excuses. I think it's getting old. I ain't your therapist, I ain't your magic 8 ball. Can't really tell you anything you don't already know. No one said it was easy. Don't even bother, cause I'm in this your location. I turned off my phone and my patience. I wanna help you, but you ain't even trying. You made your own bed, now you gotta fuck.
Shut up, we're back. It's game 2, Nouns versus Quincy Crew after what was a very hot and tight game 1 that went all the way past the hour marker. Quincy Crew did manage to walk away with victory in the end, but it does show that Nouns is at least still in their DPC form, that they can still contest the top of NA. Feels like they haven't dropped too much of a beat. I mean, I will still hold that if they had kept that boot camp, I think they would have gone to the major. That's all I'm going to say. But it does seem that they haven't taken too hard of a hit. They're here to compete. Even if they didn't win that game 1, they certainly showed how they could.
I think that's a fair assessment. I don't know about the boot camp part. I think that's...
I am convinced. Listen, you know the first game that they had without the boot camp? The 5-rat 4-staff? Well, you can't tell me that looked like the same Nouns that we had seen the whole season.
Didn't look like the same 5-rat 4-staff either, though.
Oh, well, maybe. But I watched that series, and I said, that's it. If this goes to a 3-way tiebreaker, Nouns is losing off of that
Quincy
series.
Cruz,
I was convinced. I was convinced then and there they weren't going to be good enough to do it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think they should have won some of those tiebreaker games. I think even Quincy said they should have lost that last one.
Yeah.
So what's your excuse then, man?
Well,
that ain't no logistics problem.
I think Quincy Cruz should have won that last game too. But Nouns couldn't seal the deal.
Your assessment is whack. Then I disagree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, Dota Plus is agreeing with me.
The Dota Plus is whack. What does Dota Plus know? Dota Plus just likes Spectre and Doom.
I mean, they were favoring the team that didn't have Doom, so that that argument goes against you.
Until Doom got 6-slotted.
True. All right. Fresh draft. No Lone Druid this time, which I think we both agree feels like a damn good hero right now. You really got to make sure you know how to deal with it. So even though Quincy Crew won, they beat the Lone Druid, they say not again.
I agree. I think that hero is incredibly spooky. I think he's honestly a very underrated hero in the meta. I think, especially if you have the hero specialist, you know how to play around it. This hero does a terrifying amount of damage. He's incredibly tanky. He can just feel impossible to play against. I think Quincy felt it that game, even though they won. So unsurprised to see a bandit. Will leave Marcy and Zeus, and Nouns take the God of Thunder, which... This hero is proven to be something else, man. That's all I can say. He is a force to be reckoned with.
But Puck Marcy? That's the counter, right? For Quincy Crew? Let's go. Puck Marcy right now.
Quincy Crew's turn to pick.
We'll see. Or is it the Puck Tuskar?
Oh, Puck Tiny. Okay.
So, similar concept. Same idea. Preferred melee hero for Mojo, probably. I think he's a tiny specialist, a Tusk specialist, not so much a Marcy specialist, you know?
Remaining.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So,
5 seconds.
I also think Tiny is just a more straightforward hero than Marcy. If you're talking about comfortability, especially in a game where you're up a game, like, do you need to bust out this Marcy combo with something? Probably not.
Dragon Knight.
All right, Dragon Knight.
Okay, so presumably this is going to be the Gunner Dragon Eye mid. He really likes this hero. Good counter to the Puck, right?
100%. I mean, it's good versus Tiny. You're super tanky. Burn him down over time, which most people don't really play core Tiny too much anymore, so it's not the biggest factor here, but
5 seconds
it is a hero that's pretty tough to gank mid. If you're talking about the melee 4 roamer for the Puck mid off the coil kills, DK can be a pretty tough hero to fight around or gank in that regard. So it has a decent amount going for them. You also get this stun initiator for Zeus, which is always nice to have. So I like it. It's pretty robust.
Yeah.
I think you do have to make this Puck's life miserable as much as you can. It's how you deal with this hero. Just have too many sources of stun, insta-stun, disable, silences, whatever it is. You just can't give this hero too free a reign in the fights, or he will take over. He's a monster.
Anything that you need to do to, because now we're looking at Zeus 4 position, right? So is there anything you need to do to protect the Dragonite pick? Not really, right?
No, I mean, just because you know this Puck is going mid, and I don't think it's worth too many other bans. I mean, interestingly enough, Phoenix and Wyvern were banned. It's pretty interesting.
Remaining.
It could be some Fada heroes
Quincy
combinations that Quincy's gotten a lot. I do think they're pretty strong heroes in the meta. I think Wyvern especially is going to go up in priority. But those are nice bans for the DK. So you kind of already have some going for you. Like, are you going to consider banning Viper or Death Prophet or something here? Not really, right?
Sure, yeah.
So I think you just leave him. It's going to do DK things. Probably if it's Gunner DK, he'll probably go for that Ags Manta build we've seen him do. If it's the right game for it. We'll let him get to the Black Dragon and not care about anything.
Is there any more heroes? Like, do you need more shutdown for the Puck? Like, I was thinking Night Stalker, for example. Like, do you feel like you need that, or is Dragonite enough?
I think you need something else here. Maybe not a direct core answer, but at least some other form of stun on your support.
Quincy Cruz,
just some better interaction here. Like a Rubik or one of those cores. A Night Stalker seems pretty awkward with their heroes. On Quincy's side, I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick up another save backline 5 here for Fada. Depending on if they want to go that route.
5 seconds.
They kind of want team fight too. Like, that's why the snap was banned.
Okay. What's left in that regard?
No Phoenix, no Wyvern, no snap.
Warlock? It's the only
like Coddle, which unconventional, but he does play conventional stuff. Still Dawnbreaker in the pool as well. Dazzle. The Grim combo.
All right, final ban for Quincy crew before they go into their third pickup. Apparently they have to think long and hard about this.
I could see Dazzle be interesting in this game.
Why? I mean, I know you love Dazzle, but what specifically about this game do you like it?
Quincy Cruz, turn to pick.
You get more mic action?
What? Hello?
Oh, no, you're... All right. I thought your audio broke again. I was
no. Well, did you not hear my question? I asked why Dazzle for this game. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, I actually didn't hear that. What the hell? Maybe your audio did break.
Maybe.
10 seconds.
Maybe my audio's breaking. Oh, no.
Why Dazzle? We're cursed. We're both cursed
5
now.
5 seconds remaining.
So I think Dazzle's interesting from the perspective of, if you think about... Well, I guess Fada thinks the same. If you think about this DK going in and stunning someone and Zeus outloading the damage onto him, what happens when that guy gets grayed? It feels pretty annoying for them.
Okay, yeah.
It also bails out the Puck if he ever gets caught, which I think having a bailout for him pretty nice. And I think just like the casual sustain this hero puts out versus Zeus ends up being pretty nice in the mid game. It's a little underrated, just having healers versus hero. Like, you're not going to counteract all of it, but still pretty solid. And I like this hero. I think this hero is really good.
Is Axe ever going to see a comeback with all this Dazzle being picked?
You never know. I think that matchup's still not even that Axe favored, and because I think the lane is really bad for Axe.
Yeah, it is.
I also think this Dazzle's better versus Axe because you can actually just throw the grave early and heal the dude. You got the heal amp.
And the lower they get, the burst heal that comes into play might miss the Culling Blade entirely.
Yeah. So I actually don't even think this matchup's that good for Axe. It's okay, but not amazing. This is also a rough lane matchup for Zeus. Because Dazzle's such a powerhouse on the lane versus kind of weaker fours. I think it's hard for Zeus to like fight this Dazzle on the side ever. He just gets poisoned, and if the carry can join, he just gets run down.
Well, apparently they agree because they are questioning.
What in God's name?
Okay, I mean, that is an answer to Shallow
What
Grave.
the hell?
What is this?
All right, if you gave me 1,000,000 tries to guess the second phase, I would have never come up with this.
They spent like a minute and a half coming up with that.
I mean, it is some Dazzle hate, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, yeah.
OD Death Prophet, I mean, the Dazzle does not like seeing these like long-range intelligence heroes, especially ones with backline silence. And I mean, Odie's an old-school Dazzle answer. You astral the Grave Dude and he dies on the end.
Yep.
So there's some interesting counter pick, but what the hell is this Nouns lineup in terms of synergy, man?
Dire
I'm lost.
team ban.
Yeah, now you're in trouble, I think. I'm not gonna lie. I think, I didn't even have time to talk about it, but you're looking at Les Lau, who's a very proficient summons player, and what are any of these heroes doing to Beastmaster?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
They're doing nothing.
They are absolutely atrocious. This is a 1v5 Beastmaster game right
5
now.
seconds remaining.
They are going to need a very hard answer to this hero on the last pick. 1,000%. There's no way around it.
Which means you are also doing Dragonite support at that point? Or is there a 5 position that, like Witch Doctor? Like, what wins you the lane? Hard Enchantress or Chen or something?
I mean, it's a carry. It's some carry of...
Yeah, it's like Sven, Troll, right? Those heroes.
I mean, I still think the game is going to be too hard. I don't know. You need something that, like, is good on the lane and control... Like, even the lane maybe not... Doesn't matter. You need the control in the game. Who's going to deal with his map presence or him running at your heroes?
5 seconds remaining.
There's not a huge amount that comes to mind. Now, destroying him on the lane is a way to do that. Although, it's a little unreliable. There's, like, Bristleback that comes to mind.
Dire team ban.
Okay, so to be clear, what
can't play Naga in the Dazzle Puck.
Do we think the lanes are Death Prophet, Dragonite, off lane, mid OD, and like 5 Zeus or something like that? Is that what we think it is?
No, I think it's 5 DP.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, okay,
I think,
that makes more sense. Yeah.
Like I think they were picking the 5 DP for the silence
5
utility and the
seconds
ult, which is fine here. I'm assuming it's off lane OD. It could be carry OD.
Turn to ban.
We did see Pure playing it a little bit.
Yeah.
But then you pretty much have to pick a Chen or Ench here, I think.
Dire team.
I don't know, this is a very weird situation. The Bristle gets banned, which I think was the one obvious one. You can't pick an illusion hero here, I think, because you're up against Dazzle, Shard, and Puck. Alex out too. There's Sniper, but I'm not gonna lie, like Sniper with
10
these 4
seconds
heroes
remaining.
looks... I don't know what you're doing.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know. I mean, there's like Weavers and PAs and stuff.
Quincy Crew's turn to pick.
Terrorblade.
I mean, they go with the illusion hero. It's the better illusion hero versus the Shard and Puck, for sure. It's way better than Naga or PL, that I think just gets shut down too hard. Still, this matchup is not...
10 seconds
Terrorblade
remaining.
doesn't like control Beastmaster. He takes advantage of him, and it's a good matchup,
5
but he doesn't
seconds remaining.
prevent Beast from killing your team, right?
Yeah.
That's my issue here. I am worried about their ability to control any of the map past, like, the laning phase. I think the laning phase can be good for them. There's this melee tiny dude. I just worry about past that. And Quincy still have another pick here. We haven't even talked about it, but they can still pick some Sniper or something of their own that just causes this Terrorblade issues.
Yeah, I'm Sniper, Drow, Furion.
You may now select your heroes.
Yeah, it's pretty solid here. I mean, Quincy can really up the tempo. Dazzle, Beast, Furion with a Puck mid. Pretty much no big cooldowns. They don't have to wait for anything.
Dude, this looks like an awful OD game. I feel like you have no space to do the shit that you want to do. Okay, it's a support OD.
What the hell? I don't know, maybe there's some tech we don't know about?
There was a lot of people trying OD at the beginning of, I think, this patch, not the letter patch, but 731. And there were people trying OD, and he would just get orb, and he would just right-click people over and over and over again. And that was his thing, and then you would eventually get Ags and Aghanim Shard, and you would just save people constantly. That would be your thing, is you would just be a save mechanism.
Sure. And I think in a normal game where you're not against Zoo, you might eventually get there. In this game, I do not see him ever getting there. I'm not gonna lie. I think this hero is absolutely worthless versus Zoo. And he's against a decent amount of it. I think this was probably the better option.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think Zeus needed to be a core here.
Yeah, they need the lane shove really bad in this game. And so I guess it was the best of the world they were put in. But I don't think it's a great world. I'm not going to lie. I think this is pretty Quincy favored. If they execute well, I think they might just run this game over even.
Okay, if Quincy Crew wins this game too, when is GG called? Give me like a time. Like, how fast of a game are you thinking?
I mean, it's either going to be like 18 minutes or 30.
Okay. 18 minutes, damn.
And if it goes past those two, then we're in for a long one because it's Zeus Dota.
Yeah, we already saw it hold out in the hour-long game one. Let's see if they can do it again here. As game two is ready to go, this is for ESL 1. Genting, of course, Qualifier, Evil Geniuses, they already bowed out, and I think that the other upper bracket game may already be done. I won't give spoilers on that one, but TSM Wildcard, I believe, is done already, so this is going to be determined who matches up into the upper bracket final. There is still, of course, double elimination, so there is a lower bracket that these teams can go through. But considering how tough NA is for that top, those top, 4 teams right now, I don't think you really want to be going into the lower bracket this early.
Okay, we all know what lower bracket's for, so it doesn't even need to be said. If you want to win a qualifier, you do it in style and you don't drop a game.
30 seconds
That's what I'm saying.
to battle.
Okay.
Otherwise, is it even a victory? No. That's my
Quincy
expectation.
Crew once again going for their, they don't do a smoke out or anything, and then they make some sort of move right before the rune spawn. And this time they're gonna run into Costa Beli, so no easy kill. Mojo has already leveled up tree throw. So he's already going the harassment route, not going to try and get a toss kill or anything.
You get a reflection here, chase him down a bit.
Yeah, do a decent amount of damage. I mean, Gunner, if they were going to do it, they needed to do it right away. Gunner needs to get back to lane.
So my question is, who is killing greater treants in this game?
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, Zeus surprisingly does not do well enough against Nature's Prophet. Those greater treants are such a pain in the ass.
And I think, honestly, this is what this hero's about. It's about this early shard and the greater treants accelerating your farm, pushing the map, forcing 1 or even 2 heroes to deal with them because they're just stronger than a hero. And this is the problem I see for Nouns. If the early game doesn't go well, they're going to be battling up against some very strong summons. This is going to be the big question. So they really need to play a very good early game here. And already it's not looking great, I'll be honest. 3 bounties to Quincy side. Early meta use, there's a Wraithband OD top.
Radiant's courier
Being a dazzle, which is going to feel good now, and I don't know if it's going to feel good later. And Moo is having a rough one. He has 0 CS.
And well, I mean, Yawara is just outplaying him, you know? Like all good Nature's Prophet players do. They just summon treants and right-click them on you, and you get outplayed. What can you do? You know, you fight back against these treants. You get like 2 gold if you manage to kill one, 5 experience.
It's a little salty there.
I hate Nature's Prophet, man. I hate Nature's Prophet so much.
All right. Get it out of your system.
Why are treants worth nothing when you kill them? It takes so much.
Really like the greater ones then, huh?
Yeah, they're great. Greater treants were fantastic. Great addition to Dota. I love it. Alarm went off. Fire alarm.
The physical DDoS.
The first Quincy crew boot camp in years.
This is why you don't boot camp, boys. Can't get alarmed if you're at 5 different locations.
No, put all your eggs in one basket sort of deal, right? If somebody gets DDoSed or a fire alarm goes off, it's at least you still got a 4v5.
I mean, that's what Jack always said, but to be honest, it was probably just an excuse for him not getting us boot camp. So
yeah. When had they announced anything yet?
No.
Okay.
Waiting for the major, bro.
I guess.
They could have anybody as a sponsor on. Could be Chipotle.
All right. Random.
I mean, it's not.
I'm
just saying. It could
that
be
sounds like way too mainstream of a brand for Quincy Crew to pull off.
I mean, it's a big sponsor. Big non-endemic. Oh, you don't like Chipotle, man?
No, I do. I wish they would sponsor me. Mid lane matchup: Quinn versus Gunner, Zeus versus Puck. How's this matchup supposed to go anyway?
Probably just farm.
Yeah.
To level 6. If Puck gets level 6 first, you can maybe kill him with the coil. If you chip him down. Honestly, it's probably just a CS matchup. I mean, Zeus has the base damage advantage, and he also has arc lightning. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's Zeus favored. I know a lot of people talk about Puck's weaknesses, like his laning in general. Like, you can exploit it. He's a 1 armor hero with not incredible stats or anything. So you can outlane this hero, especially in the early portions of the lane. That's where we saw, like, that sniper matchup or like the Ember counter pick, you know. These matchups are designed to abuse the fact this hero has low armor and can get bullied, at least in the first 5 minutes. Is Zeus going to bully him? Probably not. But I think it's probably still slightly Zeus favored.
What does Husky do down here?
What does he do?
I feel like he's actually a detriment. This Dragonite once, just to get to the point where he's like level 2 or 3 Dragon's Blood and he could just chill against these treants. I'm not quite convinced that Husky's going to be able to do anything to Yawar at all, and probably not a whole lot against Mojo either. So he's just kind of going to be a sap on Dragonite's experience.
You nuke and right-click the tree, and so DK can stay in the lane, basically.
Yeah.
And then at some point, you do pulls, or you stack, or you leave. And when you leave, there's not a whole lot for you to do. You can go tri-lane top, I guess? I don't know. His game is going to be very awkward, I'm going to be honest. It's going to be very awkward.
Admin, it's getting late in Europe.
There's some freaking alarms and crap going off, says Quinn.
I love that Quinn still says freaking. It's just built into his vocabulary.
The nice thing about Quinn is you can tell his emotional state from his words alone. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, he doesn't
give
need
me some
to use
examples. What is?
He doesn't need to use emojis or some slash sarcasm or anything like that. You know, you can read the sentence and you already know what it sounds like in real life. I can feel the stuffed down hate at what is happening.
So when he uses freaking, you think that he is stressed in some way?
Yeah,
whether it's angry or
frustration, you know,
anxiety. Okay,
just trying to play Dota and these freaking alarms keep going off, man. It's some, you know, you can You can feel it through the words. It's a vibe.
What
always
does
respected
a happy Quinn sound like?
Happy Quinn? I got the rune, guys.
I see. Yeah, that is a happy Quinn. You're right.
That's all I know. I went and checked every rune I could for this man. The Yawar cried. I didn't care. I go and I check a rune.
Was that a Sophie's Choice moment for you? Choosing between Yawar and Quinn?
I mean, there's no choice. You choose Quinn, or he gets mad. I don't want mad Quinn. You know.
Yeah. Yawar, he might cry, but he'll put up with it.
Yeah, he'll suck it up. You know, he's a team player. He'll take it on the chin. He'll yell at you later, but then he'll go smoke it out, and everyone will be happy. You know.
You ever had any like freak occasions like this? Fire alarm going off? Any of your qualifiers or land events?
I think I had a fire alarm or two.
I mean, I remember there was a fire alarm going off at Stockholm, right?
Was there?
Yeah, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there definitely was.
I don't know about that one, but yeah, I think there's usually a fire alarm that goes off. I mean, these hotels have them all the time. You're stuck in a hotel for like 2 weeks. Probably gonna hit one, you know. Power outages. Now, power outages are the big one that nobody talks about.
Okay.
Because when you put 5 to 6 PCs in a single hotel room on that single circuit breaker,
yeah,
these hotels are not designed for the load, and it pops it almost all the time. So I have been in rooms where you have 6 power outages in a day. You're trying to scrim, and people lose their minds, you know? The first one, you're like, you don't expect it. Oh, that sucks, whatever. You reload. Then it happens again, and you're like, all right, time to take a break day.
Well, I imagine, since you're probably scrimming against other teams also in the hotel, that they are also experiencing that problem. And so the scrim just gets delayed.
Sometimes not. It's usually a room thing, you know, the breaker for the room, or that hallway or that set of rooms, however the hotel's designed.
Yeah.
And then you have to split up the power lines, you know. You gotta have an admin come in and reline some of the computers, and then say it's fine, and then he leaves, and then it pops again, and then he comes back, and then you gotta reline some more. That's what always happens, man.
It sounds like
then the fire alarm goes off.
Great experience.
And Slacks comes for an interview. There's a lot of crap that ruins your day, you know. Hey, would you like an interview? Get the fuck out of here, Slacks, you
know. Shit. Have you ever gotten mad at Slacks?
I mean, internally, all the time. You mean, have I gotten mad at him externally and he's known about it? No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm a pretty chill person, Cap. Come on. You think I would get mad at him?
You are. It's true.
I think he's gotten mad at me more than I've gotten mad at him.
Why would he get mad at you?
Because his cringe has no effect. I'm immune.
Oh, okay.
And that frustrates him. That's the one thing that frustrates him, you know? If you just act like nothing abnormal is going on, he doesn't know what to do.
It's true. He is always trying to get a reaction out of people, in a way. So if you just don't react, I can imagine that would be something that sets him off his mojo. Yeah. All right. How long are these pauses? You know, so back when I was working at Join Dodo, we would have, of course, admins doing these series, and the admins would always be in Europe. And of course, covering the NA series gets very late. Did you ever have an admin fall asleep on one of your games that needed some adminning?
No, I don't think so.
I've been in the caster in that situation a few times. The admin just ends up falling asleep because it's like 4 or 5 a.m. his time. He passes out mid-game. Some sort of disaster happens. An admin's
Jack Chen or what?
He's just not responding. I mean, it might have been.
You gotta doze off. You gotta doze off. I feel like Jack would make the worst admin. Not gonna lie.
What makes a good admin?
What makes a good admin? The ability to whip out the belt.
Yeah.
Even when you know you're wrong.
Okay. So you're saying stick by the rules. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
You stick by the rules. You never adjust, even if it makes common sense.
I can't tell if you're being serious right now.
I'm 100% serious, man.
Okay. I mean, I would kind of agree with that. I think you have to be, you have to have a certain passive disinterest in what's going on, you know?
Yeah, like you don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I
like, I feel like the worst admins are the ones who get too involved, you know?
Yeah, I agree, man. These admins who care, it's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like, you're passionate? Come on, man. You're supposed to be the draconian whip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no love.
You're supposed to be humorless. Supposed to be, you know, just these are the rules, and that's it. And stick by the rules. Because it's somebody else's job to make those rules in the first place. If the rules are wrong, that's their problem.
Exactly. You just blame them. I'm just the enforcer, right? I'm not the rule maker.
Seriously though, how much pause time is left here?
I don't know. It's an interesting question. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If PPD was in this game, it would have already gone. I'll tell you that much. Somebody would have started this game by now.
Mm-hmm. Kyle was notorious for that as well.
Yeah, he was. The thing about Kyle, though, is I think Kyle would have paused, and then 20 minutes later, he would have forgotten that it's his pause, and he would have yelled at the guy to start the game.
I thought you were going to say Kyle would give up his pause time, because he would do that as well.
Would he? I don't know about that. Kyle's pretty ruthless, man.
He definitely...
He wants the dub.
No, he is... I have watched him do it. I will vouch for him on this regard.
He never did that for me, so...
Well, you know, maybe he just didn't like you.
I mean, yeah, he didn't, but now we're good friends, you know?
Yeah, but how'd that happen? I mean, I guess that's how you got into the talent scene in the first place, but how'd you become friends with him first?
I carried him in cornhole.
Ah, of course.
That was it.
I saw Tim's tweet out the other day. He got a 10-year visa for the U.S., and he wants to finally attend one of those BTS summits, which it has been far too long.
Yeah, I don't know if those are happening. Good luck, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even own that house anymore. It's at a facility, right? So... I think you missed the era on those. You never know, though. They might bust it out.
Are those freaking alarms still going on, or what?
Freaking alarms, man. Alarms and crap going off, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna do this. I'll tweet you guys all. Wait, why can't I look at UR's profile? Do it this way. I'm gonna treat you guys all to UR's profile picture from the Animator. You guys remember that?
If they remember. You act like this was 20 years ago, man. It's like 2 tournaments back.
Wow. 2 tournaments, but that's like 9 months ago.
I mean, of course they're going to remember a LAN where 2 of the top 6 teams were from North America, Cap.
True.
Of course.
They are
glorious.
All NA believers in chat. They're all here to support North American Dota. No haters, no doubters in chat at all.
I mean, no, I don't know. Do you remember a major that didn't have an NA team in the grand final? I don't remember one.
Oh, I remember one. MDL Chengdu.
I mean, that one doesn't count.
Doesn't count what? Just cuz?
Yeah, I don't know. That one just doesn't count. Name me one other one, man. You can't.
The event after that was the DreamHack one, right?
These are old majors, man. I'm talking about
the
standalone 3-month
about
major.
Just last year where Evil Geniuses was in back-to-back grand finals, and then TSM was in this year's grand final.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
In the era of modern Dota.
Who's going to be in the grand final for this major? For Arlington?
I mean, it's going to be one of EG or Quincy, right? This has got to be.
Okay. Admin's on the case. He's talking to the managers. I had to make sure that, we're still going on here. You want to talk about the some of the other games that have happened so far? Spoiler time. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers for any of the other matches, just go ahead and mute the stream for like 2 minutes. Just wait till the screen starts moving again, and we'll be good to go.
Wait, does admin say he's talking to Jack?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Is that what he said?
Oh, he's talking with your manager.
We're gonna be here for a while, boys. We're going to be here for a while. Talking to Jack is like pulling sap from a tree, man. It takes hours, and the result's not good. So let's talk about the other games.
I thought you were saying somebody's got to wake him up, but fair enough.
That's the first step in the process.
All right, so on the other side of the upper bracket, TSM, they 2-0'd KBU, and then went through 2-0'd Wildcard Gaming as well. So they're already sitting in the upper bracket final, ready to go for their opponent, which is going to be the winner of this series. We did have one game has gone on for each of the lower bracket series. 5-Rat 4 Staff is currently going on versus KBU. That is currently 1-0 to the favor of KBU. So 5-Rat 4 Staff seem to be slipping a little bit because they took a game off of Wildcard too. So it's a bit of a shame. Alpha, who did have a very tough series against Nouns, they pushed both their games well past 50 minutes. They are currently 1-0 up over the cut. So yeah, looks like Alpha, who is going to be in the... Are they one of the teams going into the upper division next year? I think so, right? Surely you follow Division 2, right, SVG?
Yeah.
Well, you're right. They took first place in lower division, and KBU took second.
I think Alphas, though, they could be pretty decent next season. They're not going to be some team that like goes to the majors. I mean, I guess we're looking at TI, but I think Rises has been playing pretty well in pubs.
Mm-hmm.
Soul's been doing decent as well. And then the other 3 are pretty experienced, right? Between Monster, Flea, and Pingu. So they have like a decent mix of, some pub guys popping off. They're all pretty experienced, so it's not some just random stack. I think they have some stuff going for them. You shouldn't sleep on this team.
Yeah. So we'll see if they can make a lower bracket run.
I mean, lower brackets are where championship teams are formed.
When was the last time you were in Southeast Asia, anyway?
I don't know. Does Singapore count? Singapore major?
Yeah, Yeah, I guess so. You were there for Singapore Major, right?
That was
Did you
a
guys have
while
a
ago.
stand-in for that tournament?
Yeah, as I usually have something go wrong online.
Why do you think
Mojo
you're cursed?
got COVID.
You were telling me earlier that you're cursed. Why do you think you're cursed?
You got 10 hours of a life story, man, or what?
Well, we might. I don't know. It depends on how long this pauses.
I don't know. There's, I just am. Some people just take it for the team. You know what I'm saying?
When was the first time you discovered you had an inkling that you might?
You know what? Why don't we talk about your life, Kat? Huh?
Okay, all right.
Why do you think you're
ask
so
me the
good?
questions then?
Why are you such Chad? Huh?
Just hard work, dedication. I wasn't born a Chad. You know.
Who are you talking about?
The hard work put in by my parents to birth me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, man, just saying you have hard work and dedication.
Whoa! What do you mean I don't have hard work and dedication?
I mean, if you consider Zeus spamming hard work and dedication, sure, but outside of that, man, looking a little rough out here.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, you see any other of the tier 1 casters doing online qualifiers right now? I don't think so. Think it's just us. And who got us this opportunity? Avery? Me. I'm just saying. We're putting in the grind right now. That sounds like hard work and dedication to me.
Yeah. Whose audio broke earlier?
All right, that was a freak accident.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my audio USB interface just died.
Here, you would do the parts of two people for one. Well, I still get paid. Here you go.
Well,
real nice opportunity you got.
You're the one who's cursed, all right?
Real
Obviously,
nice opportunity.
You
Yeah.
passed the curse on to me.
Yeah, I did warn you. I did warn you.
And hey, you did a great job. You did some solid play-by-play.
I mean, I didn't go to my max potential. I'm gonna be honest.
You were
only went 50%. Yeah, because if I go max potential on the play-by-play, it might just be the end of your career. And I didn't want to do that to you. So I held back. I'm gonna be honest. I held back a significant margin.
All right,
I'm just being honest. It was not a small amount that I held back. It was a significant amount that I held back. But I did it for you. I hope you appreciate
in this
it.
hypothetical situation where you go all out and wow the world with your play-by-play, and I immediately get blacklisted from the entire scene because you're so good. Who is your casting partner then?
Oh, I mean, I probably don't need one, right? I just do both. I'd be the only solo caster.
But the only solo caster. You think you would get TI Grand Finals?
Maybe.
The only person to ever do TI Grand Finals solo?
It's
English
possible.
casting?
I mean, the meta is defined by those who wish to explore the unknown. And if I have to be a pioneer so that others may climb on my shoulders one day, I shall make the sacrifice. That's all I'm saying.
I see. Well,
and I'd probably try and steal Fog because he's pretty good.
I mean, I thank you for not killing my career. I thank you for also not,
You're welcome.
just killing a spot in the talent scene by not
welcome.
becoming a solo caster. Okay. When are the times that you have led the meta? Because you just said that, it's defined by leading the meta, yada, yada, yada. When do you think you led the meta? Or your team led the meta?
I'll be honest. I feel like I've led the meta a lot of my career. Now, I did not lead it in a good direction.
Oh, well.
That's the unfortunate part. And also, my team held my meta back. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I was held back. Now, it sounds like an excuse. It sounds like shifting blame.
Mm-hmm.
It is. But I was held back. And I resent them for it. Honestly, I resent them.
Who held you back the most?
Jack Chen, undoubtedly.
Oh, okay. I mean,
undoubtedly.
Whoa. Jack is a big fan of new meta stuff. All right? He loves pushing new ideas onto people. How could he be holding back your new meta ideas?
Look, man, all I know is at one point we were at boot camp and I'm asking this guy what he wants to eat. That's all you should know. Like, my manager is not organizing food for me. I'm organizing food for my manager while he is playing Dota. All right? If that isn't holding me back, I don't know what is.
Well, what'd you?
And that's a damn true story. That's 100% true story. He can't even deny that.
All right, seriously though, isn't there a limit to pause time?
There must be. I thought our game was frozen or something. I mean, Jack must be talking up a storm right now, you know?
I feel like in all these situations, I mean, maybe it's just because it's not DPC, but you know, all these situations, power outages and shit going on, no mercy, game goes on, you know?
Yeah, it's usually the case.
And then we got an alarm going off. You could play through an alarm.
I don't know about that one. Depends how loud the alarm is.
I remember we did the show match at the minor in Bukovel, I think it was. We did that show match between the English talent and the Russian talent, which was pretty unfair because they had.
Oh yeah, you guys got smashed.
No, they had like Dendy. Okay, first of all, there was Dendy versus Cinderin mid lane, and Dendy
that was already a rough start.
The hell out of Cinderin. But I remember the headsets. They put us on these headsets, and the server that we were on or whatever had some like massive delay. So everything that we said was delayed by like 2 or 3 seconds. It was the most distracting Dota playing experience I've ever had in my life. I don't even remember the game. I just remember hearing Moon talk to me like right next to me and then hearing what he would say like 2 seconds later on the headset. It was awful.
Like voice jam or something, dude.
I don't know what the problems are.
I mean, are you just trying to make excuses for why you lost that series or what?
Yeah, no, we were always going to lose that series, even in perfect conditions, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's probably true.
Plus, I'm a choker, I'll be honest, you know.
You're a choker?
Yeah. When it comes to playing Dota in high pressure scenarios, I do not overperform. I underperform.
What the hell? Why are you just telling me this now, dude?
Because I don't choke when it comes to casting.
That's not the implication.
No, it's just when it comes to playing Dota.
Why do you choke when you're playing Dota, man?
I don't know. Wait, you want to diagnose me or what? Be my esports psychologist?
Let's talk about this a little bit. I mean, you had a rough childhood or something, or what, man?
No, my childhood was fine.
You have a good relationship with your parents?
One time, Blitz will never let me live this one down. One time, we battle cup, we run into the 5-man of OG. It's like me, Blitz, some I don't know who else we were playing with. And we were beating OG. You know, I'm sure they were fucking around or whatever, but we were winning that game.
They were definitely fucking around. Let's just state the record here.
I mean, this was before, like, I don't remember. I think this was before TI8. All right? I was playing Nyx Assassin. I could not, for the life of me, land an Impale. That ability is so goddamn hard to land. I remember I missed one.
Not really.
We were diving behind tier 2. We took out the Aegis on No Tail. And I missed the Impale on the revive of the Aegis.
That's just embarrassing, dude. That's just embarrassing.
And then we lost that game. We lost that Battle Cup game. Blitz will never let me live that one down.
I'm embarrassed on your behalf. I'm embarrassed for Nyx players everywhere.
I mean, I think he was Bloodseeker or something. Like, he was a fast hero. He was like Weaver, Bloodseeker or something. Yeah. I should still land it. I know.
I didn't know dead heroes have move speed. That's the worst excuse I ever heard you give, too. I think you're choking up this excuse for this story right now. I'm going to be honest.
I came clean. I said I was joking. What do you want from me?
The guy's respawning. He's a fast hero. Come on, man. kind of
Whatever,
excuse is
man.
that? Whatever, man. I've never choked a game in my life.
All right.
No, that's true. I just sucked, okay? That's different than choking.
Okay.
I'd rather honorably suck than dishonorably choke.
What is honorable or dishonorable about choking? What the hell?
I mean, it's just dishonorable.
I would say just being bad is the dishonorable part. You should have been. You should have been training more. You should have been working to be better.
Anybody can have a bad day, you know. Anybody can. MJ can go out there and miss 20 shots in a row. It happens to the best of us. But if you're a choker and you don't tell people that shit, that's dishonorable.
Well, I told you. I just said it. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you didn't tell. If you were playing on a competitive team, you didn't tell people. That's what I'm saying, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know I was a choker back at like Dota 1 Heroes of Newerth.
That's no excuse.
Why do you think I stopped playing? Because I knew I couldn't be good enough.
Wow, I mean that's too real and sad for me to even make fun of.
What? It's not sad. You know, sometimes you just recognize your limitations and you go on and you do something else and you become the best at that instead. Like me in casting.
Okay.
Don't laugh at that, you son of a bitch.
I didn't laugh. I got something stuck in my throat.
You choked. Choked. That's what was happening.
There was a bug in here. It flew right in my mouth. Man. It was disgusting.
Yeah, maybe that's because you're a disgusting mouth breather. Maybe that's why.
No. I was definitely not choking on a random fly. You know you can fix choking, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all mental.
Oh, I mean, thank you. I did. I know I wasn't literally physically choking. I know it's not even mental.
You know that's not even true. There's actually some physical things you can do that will help.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Like what? Hit me with some.
So if you eat and you make sure you have energy and high calories for a high pressure situation, your body will function better.
Okay.
And the likelihood of you choking will go down.
Okay.
Right. If you do things that are habit building, that put you in a comfortable state of mind, anything that's repetitive, that will put your mind into the focus zone in a high pressure situation will reduce the chance of you choking because it becomes more familiar.
Right.
So the more and more of those you have, the more familiar a situation is. And suddenly things don't seem so foreign out of place and you know what you're doing. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that part I do know because for whatever reason, like some of the teams that I played on and even like, you know, like veggies and shit, we would always do stuff that I had not practiced. And I was out of my element. And then obviously that's, you know, you're uncomfortable and makes things worse.
Yeah. I mean, the third is you just get good, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you're good and you think you're good, then you'll build confidence. And confidence is the enemy of fear.
Wow. That's deep.
Confidence is the fear killer. And then what is there left to choke about? Only your personal history, which goes back to the question, Cap. Was your childhood really that rough one?
My childhood was fine.
All right.
I'm the fire alarm. All right. I see the players.
This might be the longest pause. I mean, when I told you I am a very cursed individual, I hope you understand it now. What happened today? First series, your entire audio system blew the fuck up. Second series, apparently Quincy's entire boot camp is under siege. Well, welcome to Dota casting with me, my friend. I hope you're enjoying it.
You know, I was just before this game, I was just, you know, chatting shit in Twitch chat, and I was doing a little bit of reminiscing. I was like, you know what, it's kind of nice being back to the online grind, you know.
Yeah.
Just me and a bunch of degenerates in Twitch chat.
What the heck?
What you think that's not true?
You just gonna insult all the viewership like that, man?
They know what they are.
I mean, yeah, but you don't have to tell them.
All right, chat. do the thing, all right? Put a 1 if you think you're a degenerate. Put a 2 if you think you're not. See, that's the thing. I like Twitch. I like Twitch chat. Look, I like Twitch chat because, you know, unlike Reddit, they know what they are. All right.
I mean, now you're just taking shots at everybody, man.
False fire alarm.
I told you, man. Quinn, the emotion seeps through his words.
Are we continuing this game?
I hope so. I mean, we sat here for your ass. I've been making up shit for like 60 minutes, it feels like.
I know. All right, fire alarm's over. I am ready now. Thanks, Moo. But yes, I was reminiscing back to online casting. I did not miss this part. Because if this was an actual production, we would have went to a break 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, but we had fun instead.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, I had fun. I don't know about you.
We're communicating with the team managers at the moment, all right? Jack's going to have to give the A-OK to start.
Yeah, maybe they have to agree on some sort of penalty or overusage or something. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, it gives us more time to chat.
Okay.
So does this choking thing, does this extend to other parts of your life?
I mean, I just said it doesn't apply to the casting, so no.
I mean, I'm talking other parts of your life, man.
I mean, like, what else? What other situations, high pressure situations am I in?
I don't want to name them, but I feel like they speak for themselves.
No, I do not choke.
All right.
In other areas of my life. My performance is fine.
Look, man, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Yeah.
I mean, it's like you said, you know, when you're good and you know you're good.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but okay. We'll give you benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, what were you talking about?
What? No, nothing. I was talking about bowling. You like bowling?
I do not. No.
What the hell, man? You don't like bowling? Bowling is a classic American pastime.
You know what? Okay, maybe this is just a mobile player mindset, but I used to like bowling, and you know what turned me off to bowling?
You choked?
The idea of a perfect game. The fact that the fact that you could literally just do a perfect game, and I know it's rare, but like the bare fact that you could do that, just for whatever reason, just like I don't like that concept.
Is it because you choke when you get close to something of perfection?
No, it's just like, okay, so like Dota, like I feel like very few times can you ever say that a team played a perfect game, you know? There are so many variables. There's so many things that individually mistakes are being made as a team making the wrong call. Like there's so many variables that I feel like perfect games just don't exist, right? And I like that aspect of it because it means you can always improve and get better and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, just the concept of a perfect game puts me off.
Oh, these smokerinos, bro.
I can buy into that. I can buy into that mindset. I disagree with it, but I understand it. I think perfection is something to strive for, not be achieved, and it gives you a good goal to work towards it.
Yeah.
Your perspective is limiting your capability, which I guess we'll move past, because something no longer limiting this game is we're out of the pause, Cap.
We are finally here.
We are out of the pause.
It's what time is it in the game? I forgot what time we were. 2 minutes in. The game just started. It feels like it's been years. All right. So
years since this terribly Destiny CS.
Side lanes not going well. I remember this now. Side lanes are not going well for Nouns.
They'll get better though, I think.
Will it get better for Terrorblade?
He should do okay, I think.
Yeah.
For a little bit here. I think it'll get better for the DK for sure.
Yes.
At a certain point, he'll be pretty self-sustained. And then it's a question of what does this Death Prophet do? Where does she go? Where does she have impact? That's a big question. Does she just stay out here and try and do pulls? not dewarding the big, so looks unlikely. Again, name of the game is Nouns need to get as much out of the lanes as they can so they can stall this game to the point where their big tricord comes online.
All right, first meta is going to be used, or at least I think it's the first meta. And unfortunately, Quincy crew just kind of fought them right back. And Costa, well, he does have 11 magic wand charges, but Z-Freak is dangerously low and actually had a wand delivered to himself, no regen. So...
he's struggling.
Yeah, he's in big trouble.
I mean, they are struggling in general. They do not have regen left on this lane. And Leslau has 2 more axes. It's looking grim.
Oh, yeah, look at all the ones dropping in chat right now. Yeah, they know who they are.
Was that because it's delayed or what?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, wait till you see the 3s.
Listen, people just like being contrarian. Got it, Gunner. Goes down. I'm just going to say I'm missing a whole lot of kills. I think I still got my obs in.
Radiant's middle tower
I think I'm
is
still
under
good.
attack.
Yeah, at least you got something. You don't have your mind anymore.
Terrorblade is going to go down. Picked apart by Fada bit by bit with that level 2 poison touch. Which, I mean, somebody had to die in this lane just so they could get some regen back into it.
Alright, I'm not going to say this game is over.
Okay.
It's looking rough, though. And if I say a game is looking rough 4 minutes in, that means it's probably really rough. And it's really rough. That's what I'm trying to say. This game is really rough right now.
Okay, so if you say it's rough, then it's really rough. So what does it mean when you say it's really rough?
I mean, it just means it's really, really rough.
Okay, thanks for the clarification.
The hill is steep. The hill is steep and growing, and it must be climbed.
Z-Freak is dead. So it seems like this top lane's just going to be them one by one dying, coming back, and getting what they can out of the lane. I mean, this TV's just going to have to go jungle real early.
Yes, he is. And the issue is, Beast carries the jungle because he takes your tower and he goes into jungle.
Yeah.
And then it's a question of who interacts with him. And that's the problem here. Not a lot of heroes are going to interact with him well. This Zeus is going to have to put in a crazy amount of work. And Gunner solo died, so this puck is pretty far. DK is sustainable now. That's the one thing they got going for him.
Yeah.
You should be able to sit here now and free farm and do DK stuff. The DP is freed up.
Ghost
testing the rune.
Dead again.
He is dead.
I made my kill.
Nothing you can do about this at this point. Just poison touch and then axe after axe it's going to be thrown at you.
This is just not a lane, you know. OD Terrorblade. I think their best bet was you buy Headdress on OD and you spam regen for him. And I think you can sustain on this lane with sticks and Headdress. Wraithband's not doing it for me because I don't think you have any aggressive potential.
I mean, you said the one bright part was Moo was able to sit in lane, but now even he has died. And Husky is a level 3 Death Prophet, so it is enough. Zeus ult does manage to get that kill, and it looks like they can actually get a kill on the other side. Fodder's already dead, and Leslau, if they can keep the vision on him, he's going to fall as well.
And the board. Alright, Zeus putting in work.
That is a haste rune puck. That might be a double kill for him. He's going to be able to get the 2-man coil. Level 6 not there for Costabile, so no Sunder, which means no living? No living.
Yeah, that's a rough rune. Still, that sequence was pretty good.
Yeah.
They got like 2 core kills. Furion died. Passed the TP back to lane. Terrorblade got a huge amount of XP off that, even though he's not really going to be able to return to lane. It's probably the best of that situation. I mean, you take that. In an early game that was looking quite rough, Gunner gets a lot of gold injected into his veins.
Yeah, he got the last hit for the Fada kill. And it is going to challenge Mojo here for the ward, but the Avalanche stops him from being able to get the deny, and he does. Yeah, I mean, he's just dead because Nature's Prophet is going to TP in as well. Gunner, in his attempt to deny
Neutral
the
deny?
ward, tries to go for the neutral deny, doesn't get it.
Radiant structures are
Good attempt.
fortified.
That was a very bold attempt to deny a ward, I must say.
Yeah,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
felt a little desperate.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, DK's taking bottom.
Dire's middle
This is a
tower
one
is
upside. He
under
did some
attack.
decent tower damage. Fury on ult. Almost killing OD top. Ooh.
Dire's middle tower
Arcane
is under
Boots Dragon Knight?
Builds into a Lotus Orb eventually?
Is Lotus that good here, though?
Dire's
I mean, it gets rid of Puck Silence, it gets rid of Poison Touch,
Dire's
reflects
middle
back
tower is
Primal
under
Beast
attack.
Roar.
I mean, those are nice, but they're not gigantic, I would argue. I don't know. Maybe it's something else? This looks weird to me. It looks very weird. Here's something that looks decent if they can get it.
Dire's middle tower
Could be the Aether Lens melee stun
Uh-oh.
for Puck.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird to build it first
T-Freak.
on.
Dire's
Sunder attempt. Oh, we went for the illusion pop, and that is going to be yet another disaster for Nouns as they lose 4 around the map bit by bit.
Yeah, this game is, this is going to be that 18-minute GG, I think, is what we're on track for here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
There is just not much to do.
Dire's bottom tower.
It's pretty much Zeus versus the world.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, she's getting some summons killed.
Not going to be able to kill the big summon, though.
Dire's bottom tower is under
We might
attack.
not find out what this arcane boots is for, to be honest. I am interested.
You might be going
think
the
it's good.
Blink Aether Lens build. So you're
Yeah, but
instant
I don't
stun on
think-
Puck.
You don't go the Aether first.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange, especially if you're going Soul Ring, too. And this hero doesn't use that much mana. Oh, Z-Freak getting a bird tossed on him.
Yeah, whatever cool thing Z-Freak was looking forward to do this game, I don't think we're going to see it.
Short-lived creatures.
We're not going to be able to see an Aghanim Scepter or an Ag Shard. At least,
Dire's top tower is
not
under
at this
attack.
rate anyway. Costa Bile. He's going to be dove behind the tier 2 even. Asunder, perhaps? No, still doesn't have it because he's still level 6. Oh, the orb! Quinn
My lord.
barely missed out on that kill. We'll be able to TP away to safety, no problem.
Dire's
But
bottom
still,
tower is
that
under
was
attack.
just quarter seconds, inches, small measure.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It's true. That's it's rude of me. Got to keep our European
man.
viewers centimeters, centiseconds.
I mean, that looked good.
Denied.
And that's about it, I think. Because I don't think it was actually that good for him.
Yeah, I mean they did rotate every hero up to the top lane.
Now, MSS smoked mid. Looking for more. This Puck is out of control. Somebody stop him.
Yeah. These first couple of rotations with Puck when he has a Witchblade, it just... playing support is so miserable against it. Move's going to be dying here as well. Weslow doesn't really need the help, but UR is ready to go for it if needed. Costa Bile is being pressured underneath the tier 2 mid lane, meanwhile, even if he doesn't die. Goes to show how free Quinn's game is.
Oh, Z-Freak.
Dire's top
Okay,
tower
hey, stream.
Blows him up.
Fortunately, they're still going to be losing a tier 2 by 12 and a half
Dire's
minutes.
top tower has fallen.
Don't be such a pessimist, Cap. Hey, come on.
Okay.
That was
They
a cool play.
didn't lose a tier 2 before 12 minutes.
True.
Is that a better way to put that?
Yeah. Okay. You always gotta look on the bright side, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, how much gold did he get for that Dazzle kill? 400.
Yeah. True.
Behold!
I don't know what he's gonna do with that much gold.
I don't know if he knows. I assume drum. I mean, what, Aether lens? I don't know. What do you build on support OD these days?
Gunner's in some trouble. Gunner is dead.
There is not a lot of map to go around. And quite a lot of heroes who need it.
And they've
That's
got all
how I
these
was
heroes
raised.
grouped up and just kind of hoping somebody from Quincy crew is going to walk into them.
I think this is an example of a game where the experiment just gets a little too out of control. There's a little too much creativity, you know?
Yeah,
I can see the individual pieces working, but all together, it's just... There's no cohesion in this lineup. And Puck is back.
Buck is back, and he's going to be able to get the kill on OD, and with the Dangerous Wrath coming through, Moo lost 2/3 of his health just like that. Trying to chase down for more, going to be able to catch Husky. Husky doesn't have a way to be able to cut down the trees, and doesn't have enough HP to be able to TP out. Quincy crew high ground before 15 minutes. Sorry, Quincy crew did not go high ground before 14 minutes.
That is accurate, yes. But they are going to rax you at 15 here, so it's looking pretty good. Mojo looking for the toss back.
He is going to be able to get it with the coil help. Does he die? Shell of Grave, Z-Freak. Oh, he can't stop it. He already used the imprisonment. Oh, no. They do manage to get the stun onto the puck. Oh, that's a big one if they can get any damage in there. But unfortunately, they do not. But hey, they did not get raxed by 15 minutes. Huh?
That's true. That's
Right
true. No
side.
racks. Only a tier 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Yor has a full Mjolnir and Shard.
A prize.
You mean he only has a Mjolnir and Shard?
Alright. Cap, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, you got to be more realistic sometimes. This game is looking...
Well, first you say don't be too pessimistic. Now you're saying I'm being too optimistic.
The viewers don't like you painting a fake picture, okay?
Okay.
The reality is we're in a dire situation right now. And you should accurately portray it.
I mean, it's a Radiant-controlled game, but yeah. I mean, Fana's just at this point going all by himself. He's just trying to get kills on Gunner solo. Which he does! Oh no!
Daz, man.
The alley-oop from Mojo gets the kill. Now Yawar's here, and he's got an Aegis. He's got his Mjolnir in full play. He's going to be able to kill Husky first. Moo may regret turning around like that. He's going to be corralled in. Quinn's going to be on one side, Yawar on the other. Couldn't actually get through the Aegis. Almost did, though.
Just call this one, man. I don't have to cape for it a lot, but this
yeah, we already filled our we already filled for like 30 minutes. You know, like
this is a slaughter, bro.
Don't force us to fill any longer.
I mean, you have families, you know. There's you have families, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Les already has the dragon.
Families might be disowning them after this one. Husky, he's going to be the first one down. Close to Vile is going to be, oh no. He doesn't have phase boots, so he has no way to be able to get out of the sprout. He cut down one tree, and then there's that greater tree and just sitting there, staring him in the face.
Moo with the shard in the back.
Maybe Moo, okay. Everybody sit in the fire. Well, Moo's going to be sitting in the fire. It's the ancient black dragon fire.
Well, I did say 18-minute GG.
You did say that, and you might be exactly on the money.
If I can hit the money, are you going to buy me a pizza?
I will buy you a pizza. You want one of those Steve Aoki pizzas?
And you already knew what I was thinking.
Pizza Aoki?
Dyer's middle tower.
This is just an outdraft, man.
Get you a nice Steve-a-roni?
I mean, I could use one right now. That sounds pretty good.
Dire's bottom
Well,
tower is
you
under
are
attack.
3 seconds away. We'll see. Well, maybe you can get it within the minute, you know?
Yeah, give me the minute allowance, man. I mean, come on. No one's going to hit it exactly on the dot. Nouns are resilient. They can still high ground defend here. They have the shard.
They do.
They have some illusions.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They still have another 2.5 minutes left on the Aegis for Quincy crew, so they can take a breather. They have an item they want to finish up or anything. Looks like Kaya is done for the puck. Shard next for Leslau, which that shard is super. When you're behind against a Beastmaster and he picks up that shard, it's like playing against the Zeus when he's got that Nimbus, you know? It's like no TP, no push outside of the base feels safe because you may not just TP away. You may just get the Hawk cancel.
Hawks are very powerful. Huge smoke wrap. But Yawar just runs into them and he has Aegis still.
He does.
Sunder? No Sunder.
Terrablade's already low, and he's not going to be able to get anything off. He's silenced first. Move. Tries to go for Yawar. It's a godlike for Yawar as they immediately just smoke to get into the high ground that much quicker. They're going to go and throw all their buybacks, but I don't know that the buybacks are going to be able to do anything. I mean, Yawar still hasn't died, and he's got a BKB on his second life.
All right, 19 minutes. I got it pretty close, man. I got it pretty close.
It was all good.
This was just an outdraft into a shellacking, man. I mean, this is too creative. Good sportsmanship from Nouns for waiting that whole time, though.
Yeah.
They showed some honor in defeat, and I respect that. Hopefully they don't take this loss too hard. I think it's a very obvious draft got away from them. You just got to write it off. They're still in the qualifier. You know, they can still come back. It was a very close game one. But that was a beatdown. That was an absolute beatdown.
Yeah, it was. Definitely got to be questioning the OD. I think in the draft was the biggest question mark for probably both of us, and that's just some sort of hidden tech that we did not get to see displayed here.
Yes, I think support OD can maybe function in a very slow-paced game where he outranges people and he can abuse an enemy draft that's very specific. Just blind picking that hero when the enemy still has 2 core picks left and you get Beastmastered that's going to feel real bad. Like, this hero is very bad against tempo accelerating Zoo in general, no matter what role he's on. And you kind of locked yourself, like you had 3 of those, right? Zoo's DP and OD. It's just way too much overlap, and then they get Beast Fury on. It's like no hope, man.
No hope in this series anyway, in that game, but there is still further hope for Nouns to be able to recover through the lower bracket. Meanwhile, Quincy crew is going to be moving on with this 2-0 to match up against their old rivals in TSM in the upper bracket final. So that is going to be an exciting matchup, which I believe we do get to cast tomorrow. So SVG and I will be taking a look at that one, both the upper bracket final tomorrow, and then I believe the lower bracket semifinal. And then the day after that, we will have the lower bracket final and then the grand finals to determine who's going to be heading to ESL 1 Genting.
Hype. I'm looking forward to TSM Quincy. I think those are the 2 top dogs in this qualifier, as was proven today. But it's a question of, is TSM back in form? That's a big question mark, because their form in the major quals was absolute trash. Let's be real.
Yeah, well, they did not look like the same TSM. No. They looked like the worst TSM since, like, Undying. I think they looked possibly worse than when they were Undying. It was rough.
Super discoordinated, all over the place. Drafts were a mess. I think Moon's going to be the first guy to have admitted that, you know?
Yeah.
So they're looking to strike back and regain some form. Whereas Quincy, I think they're kind of like, they're cruising, you know? I don't think they've looked super crisp. They look like they are slowly improving each time they play, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing for them. So I want to me, is TSM back in form, and can Quincy continue their train of slowly getting better at each and every game?
Well, either way, that closes out the stream and the matches for tonight on this stream anyway, but there are still the matches going on in the lower bracket. 5 Rat 4 Staff versus KBU and the Cut versus Alpha. Both of those games have went to a game 3 and are currently going on right now. So go check those out. Meantime, though, we're going to be calling it quits here. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more North American qualifiers for ESL 1 Genting.
When you found me like that, I was doing not bad, didn't care about you. I was high as fuck, wasn't looking for love or anything new. It ain't funny, little devil in disguise, think you got me, yeah. You're so naughty, I feel something leaping into my body. Cause you shook me in the heart, can't get over it. In the other part, I recover it. Remember what you done, you made me fall too fast. Look what you done, I'm going mad. You shook my heart, the only is dead. I need your love so bad. Now I'm lying in bed, stupid thoughts in my head, got me thinking of you. If you let me know lies, slowly losing my mind. Are you feeling this too? Don't be sorry, you're my angel in disguise. Yeah, you got me, yeah. Let's be naughty, wanna put my body next to your body. Cause you shook me in the heart, can't get over it. In the other part, I recover it. Look what you done, you made me fall too fast. Look what you done, I'm going mad. You shook my heart, the only is dead. I need your love so
No, I can't remember the last time that I really felt fine. Now I'm trying to rewind. Cause lately, I've been feeling kinda hazy, like I'm stuck in a daydream, and you're not here to save me. Down and out, I hit the floor. All is fair in love and war, but I can't do this anymore, no, no. So take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know, cause baby, you feel like home. I've been reminiscing the late nights, we'd fall in love in the moonlight, then wake up at sunrise. Now I'm just thinking that we should go back to when we were, hold each other and feel good. Down and out, I hit the floor. All is fair in love and war, but I can't do this anymore, no, no. Don't take me to a place I know, somewhere where I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know, 'cause baby you feel like home. Take me to a place I know, somewhere I can feel my soul. Lately I'm skin and bone, so hollow. I've never felt so alone. I need you more than you know, 'cause baby you feel like home.
Do you hear that sound? Will be your last. Do you see the crowd behind the glass? Do you feel my fire growing fast? It'll be the last thing.
Oh
no.
Radiant's
Oh,
top tower has
no.
been killed.
Top lane, what's going on? Chrono from T&M. Onto the solo Dawnbreaker. Iron Islate's going to look to make the rotation. The rest of the team are connecting as well from the river. They're going to take quite some time. It's going to be on PPD to hold back the Faceless Void. And you bet he's able to do so perfectly. The Overgrowth even rooting up the Nature's Prophet as well. Giant's going to jump in, but what incredible reactions from Iron Islate. Doesn't even give an opportunity for Giant to get any of their spells out. As what a play from KBU. You're really looking at Radiant's lineup and expecting these lads to be the ones that are making plays on the side lanes with the Nature's Prophet. But KBU says they can do it themselves.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're under a lot of pressure there. It was definitely not the call for the Doom to try and solo kill the Puck. He doesn't have the center stun, so it was obviously going to be telegraphed by the Puck phase shift. And what's happening here is that Void Spirit really feels like he needs to finish the X to be useful in this game. So I don't, like, you should probably bite your loss. It's very painful to see your Void and NP, like, 2 cores just dying like that. But it would be the better play, because if they fought with the Doom and the Eggs done at the same time, they would have a better shot. And now even this Void Spirit could be in trouble.
Bottom lane. They're not going to have enough stun control to hold him in the Solar Guardian. Kitz has only got one more Astral Step to play with, and that is not enough to get the distance away. Albino's nearby. Same with Giant as well, but they see no opportunity to be able to jump in. Look at how fast KBU are playing. PPD, along with MMR Tourists, are instantly down to bottom to catch out the stragglers, intercepting their escape, but it'll only be Albino
love to see, you know, this more active playstyle.
He's been involved in 13 out of the 23 kills on Realm. Now he's got BKB and Aegis to be playing with as well if they want to give him that second life. And that'll be the call in top lane. I Annihilate. He's going to catch out another one. This is... It's really in a position where it just has to be the summons split pushing. It's unfortunate you're not going to be able to really stick around for too long to get any of the experience mid lane. I hear it too. Used onto MMR Tourist, so they got the kill. Realm's looking to turn it back around though. Doesn't really have the damage without the God Strength to actually continue chasing. It's going to wait for the team to connect before they invade the jungle.
I really want to see Giant just getting a Centaur. I think you know it's time to change creeps. It's been way too long. Get that creep. Come on. I just really struggle to see the mana burn being useful right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
At least he'll be useful breaking the smoke.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We'll be cruising.
Really good smoke breakage from him. Hopefully we'll see a center stun eventually, or you know, even the ogre or ogre spell could be good.
Illusion.
Speed finishing that BKB. So I think the play right now is just wait these ages out. There's, you know, still a decent duration, but Void now level 18 with BKB, Maelstrom, Mjolnir on the way. That's when this Void is gonna start looking impactful. I think chronoing the puck's probably the best target that they have. No way on this yet. So taking that out is highest priority, I think, because the Sven is way too tanky, and obviously he has 2 lives. So not the target they want.
Here we go, KBU. They're pretty close to some timings though. MR Tourist would love level 18 along with the Lincolns. They're ready to go. They've got the Aegis to be able to rock and roll with. Smoke's gonna pop. Albino on the front line and BPD's in, but a 4-star's out. Meanwhile, the Void Spirit's gonna be in some trouble. I Annihilate a little bit too late for the silence, so the Grave's gonna come through. TNM though, the Chronosphere, it's a beautiful ultimate for the Solar Guardian, will instantly stop a majority of the damage. And now they've got the Overgrowth to root multiple heroes inside the meat grinder. As KBU, 0 casualties, and now the base soon to be exposed.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, this was a game where KBU just played proactively pretty much the entire game. There were a couple of attempts